up, everybody? How you doing? How's everybody How's everybody doing today? Let me see. Oh, I think I found the song. Let me see if I can play it now. Will it play? Are you gonna play? Let's see if it'll play. I had to open up iTunes to do it. Let me try it this way. Open with, let's do QuickTime Player. How about that? There we go. We got that one going on. How y'all doing today? We're a little late. I was over checking out David, what he was doing on his show. Yeah, we watching it. Getting facts ready, keeping all the cameras steady. Audio ready, unlock. Yep, and a low Patriots prepare for the Eddie Block Show. Eddie Block Films. Eddie Block Film Show. Eddie Block Films. Eddie Block Film Show. Eddie Block Eddie Block Films. Eddie Block. Don't forget to hit that like button. Excuse me, you forgot the one in the chamber. The chamber. How the heck is everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. We're here. It's Monday. Did you guys have a good weekend? You guys have a good weekend? I did. Not really. I was sick still. I was still sick. Still sick. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I did get to watch that show a lot this weekend. My favorite, On Patrol Live. Good stuff. Right? Man, God, I don't want that one. Did anybody do anything interesting this weekend? There we go. Throw another like up there. Let me give all the likes. Oops. Oh, wait, this is the same one. Okay. Anyways. Let's get going, guys. Let's get rolling. Keep rolling. Let's see. So what's going on? What's going on in the news today? Anything good going on in the news today? Jasmine Crockett has decided to run for Senate. She put up a video for like a whole hour, but it was so stupid that everybody's making fun of her about it. So she had to take it back down. She took it back down. I wonder why. I have it. She took it down, so I don't know if I'll be able to show it to y'all. Hopefully, we'll see. We shall see on my profile. I downloaded it, so you never know. You never know. You never close your eyes. It's funny how you hear certain words and it just makes you go to a song, even though the song has nothing to do with what we're talking about, right? You guys do that? Or is that just me? Breaking news, President Trump was just caught on a hot mic calling out Republicans. So let's hear it. Hey, Jeff, do you agree with me? You know I cannot... Well, hold on. First off, look at this painting right there. Okay, that's a badass painting. I want that painting. Anyways. Hey, Jeff, do you agree with me? You know I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then they're in default. And then we're losing cases. I don't even... What are they trying... I can't appoint anybody. Everybody appointed had their time. Republicans, let's see, calling out Republicans for allowing Democrats to run the clock down on his administration. Hey, Jeff, do you agree with me? You know I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then they're in default. And then we're losing cases. Sorry, it's gonna be another one of these nights of me coughing. Still trying to get over it. All right, so this stuff is hilarious. Mentally disabled people are now claiming that Tim Walz is more retarded than they are. I thought, oh shit.
You're giving us a bad.
Hold on. Damn it, I don't want to open that. Force quit. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Please stop comparing us to Tim Walz.
Okay, that's not a real disabled person saying that, but it's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. So check this out. Today, this happened today or yesterday. An 18-wheeler got busted in Texas. The driver had no license, 23 people in the cab, and a human smuggling ring charge. So let's watch this. Let's watch the video. If I can get to it. Here we go. So this is in Texas.
1038 here. The white bobtail.
You have a CDL?
I do, but like I said, I don't have a picture of it on here.
Not right now. Okay. In terms of violations, you don't have a CDL and you're operating a motor vehicle. You're not supposed to be driving a commercial motor vehicle. Okay, and who are you calling right now? I'm just curious.
Calling my lawyer.
Your lawyer?
How does this guy have a lawyer that he can just call? He's calling the other people. He's calling the cartel.
Hey, no se muevan. No se muevan. No se muevan. No se muevan. Nadie. Get more out. Okay.
But I'll do.
Ahorita vamos a sacar.
All dudes. Any women in there? Oh, there might be one or two women in there. So, but it turns out the 24-year-old driver, David Amaya, didn't even have a commercial license. Also, it gets worse. Troopers found 23 illegal aliens jammed into the truck's sleeper quarters area, like cargo from Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras, and El Salvador. Amaya is now facing 23 counts of human trafficking, and the illegal aliens were handed over to Border Patrol. This isn't a border crisis anymore. It's an interstate trafficking operation rolling straight through the American highways, driven by unlicensed operators hauling people like freight. How many more of these are out there? Man, this is just... That's insane. That's totally insane. And that's probably not the first time they've done that. Harvard is slapped with federal compliant over race-restricted scholarship. DEI just got lawyered. Harvard's in the hot seat again, this time for a scholarship program allegedly open only to black students, triggering a federal civil rights complaint. The Union Scholar Summer Scholarship Program is designated for students of color and gives 10 applicants $4,800 stipend and $6,000 need-based assistance. The claim the program violates Title 11. Title 6, sorry. Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act by excluding applicants based on race. Just months after SCOTUS nuked race-based affirmation action in college administration. I mean, the NAACP does this, right? They get away with it. The program, funded by a third-party organization but promoted through Harvard, is now caught in the crosshairs of a national reckoning over DEI policies that critics say have morphed from equity into straight-up discrimination. It's been like this for fucking years. It's been like this for years. Holy crap! 82 truck drivers have been. There's a lot of truck driver stuff this week. 82 truck drivers have been detained in Alabama on ICE holds since late October. 12 of those detained did not have licenses of any kind. Get them off the road. I'm going to play this real quick. I hear Donnie barking out there. I got to go check on him.
82 truck drivers have been detained in Alabama on ICE holds since late October. It is part of a new state crackdown on commercial drivers. Governor Kay Ivey says 12 of those detained did not have a license of any kind. Our Shelby Myers in the studio now. And Shelby, you spoke with the Alabama Trucking Association about this.
Yeah, I did, Camera. The president and CEO says this crackdown will hopefully weed out what he calls bad actors in the trucking industry.
Multiple fatal truck crashes led the U.S. Department of Transportation to promise a crackdown on issuing commercial driver's licenses, or CDLs. One of those deadly crashes happened in Thomasville over the summer. A Ukrainian-born truck driver ran a red light. He crashed into several cars, killing 2 people. He was in the U.S. on a visa and had a valid license, but he does not speak English. English proficiency is required for a CDL. Alabama joining in on the crackdown. Governor Kay Ivey announcing a partnership between ALEA and ICE. They're targeting major interstate corridors where truck traffic is heavy. Governor Ivey says troopers referred 242 people to ICE during 2 operations over the past 2 months. Of those, 82 drivers were detained based on their immigration status, and
Wow.
12 of those did not even have a driver's license of any kind.
Yeah, don't
When I
say.
talk to truck drivers and professional drivers and small business owners, they're frustrated because they're in a tough economy. On one side, they get attacked by lawyers and frivolous lawsuits, and on another, unfair competition for people who break the rules and don't operate fairly and unsafely.
Mark Colson heads the Alabama Trucking Association. He says some foreign drivers' work visas expire, but their commercial license stay valid. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has issued a directive to states to align the 2 timelines. Duffy says he is also planning to shut down about 3,000 drivers' training schools nationwide. He says they failed to meet training standards, and some are accused of falsifying training data. The list.
Well, of course they are. You know they are. I mean, how are these people passing, getting their CDLs if they can't even speak English? That just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Not to me. Here's another one of these. Let's see if this is real or fake.
Please stop comparing us to Tim Walz. That hurts the Downs community. Tampon Timmy is not smart enough to be one of us.
Okay, this is fake too.
He is definitely the R word.
This is AI. It's AI. That's AI as well. All right, let's watch this. You know, so I have actually been in a situation. When I lived in Madera, you know, we had a double lot, so I was able to put a second house on there. And instead of putting a second house, I bought a trailer and I was renting the trailer out. And this woman, you know, she moved in, she gave me a deposit, she signed all the paperwork. She said, "Hey, can I give you the rest of the money tomorrow, but move in tonight?" And I was like, all right, no problem, you know, because she'd already given me the part of like $100. She gave me $100, right? Never paid me again. Cost me thousands of dollars to get her kicked out, and it was like 6-7 months. So I hate people like this. But watch this. This is even worse than the case that I had.
They took this soldier's home while he was deployed. They thought they had rights. The judge thought otherwise.
I didn't evict a tenant, Your Honor. I was deployed. I came back to my own house. These people broke in, changed my locks, and forged a lease. They are intruders.
It's a civil matter, Judge. You can't touch this.
Hey, look, he's like, "Oh, that's a civil matter, Judge. You can't like a little fucking asshole he is."
So I just verified the property records. Your lease is a forgery. Under the new state statute, this is no longer a civil eviction. It is first-degree criminal trespass and fraud. Bailiff, take them into custody.
Sir, hands on your back.
They took
I
this
love
soldier.
it. I love it. This is what we need more of. All these people that we got squatters' rights. We got squatters' rights is bullshit. If you break into somebody's property and just start living there because they're out deployed or they're working out of state or something like that, that's bullshit. You can't do that. All right, and this is funny. This is hilarious. You guys got to see this. This is that Texas what do you call her? She's that new congresswoman from Texas. Watch this. Whoever made these are hilarious.
So I'm muy importante because I'm a congresista, right? I just came to my favorite taqueria to get some tacos al pastor, right? And la migra started shooting, right? And they shot me and I died, right? And one of the guys from la ambulancia had to give me CPR.
Let's see what this one is.
What do you have to say to those who say you really did not get pepper spray?
So I'm muy importante because I'm a congresista, right? No! I swear, por la Virgen, I got shot with a cannon. I was dead for 5 minutes, right?
What do you have to say to those who
She's like, I swear on the Virgin Mary. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too funny. So Jasmine Crockett has officially filed to run for the U.S. Senate in 2026. And where's all? I recorded the video. I shared the videos, but they're not popping up. I hate when that happens. In a pathetic move, liberals in Minneapolis are flocking to give their money to Somali businesses to stand in solidarity with third world fraudsters. You can't make this shit up, folks.
Something beautiful happened in our community today. It started with an invitation for a few friends to join me for lunch to support our Somali community.
Nobody's eaten there before. Probably because Somali food, they just showed the mayor of Minneapolis. and they invited him to go eat the Somalian restaurant food, and you could tell he faked it. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is some great stuff," but the minute he put it in his mouth, he did one of these. So all you liberals these people stole millions and billions of dollars, excuse me, and you're like, "Oh, we should go support them because they got their billions of dollars taken away."
Support our businesses and write a few notes of encouragement. But people just kept coming in the door. Friends had invited friends, and before we knew it, the restaurant was filled from front to back. Hundreds of notes were written and delivered to all of our local businesses today.
My gosh. Just and there's the issue. You would think Democrats, they want to help everybody, right? They want to give out money to everybody. But wouldn't they rather not help out people that abuse the system and give it to people that really need it? And the answer is no. They don't care about that, folks. They just if anything that Republicans do, they hate, so they're going to go against it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Dave Ramsey. I love Dave Ramsey. And so what Dave Ramsey's saying today is he's confirming President Trump economy is rising for middle class. Let's see what he has to say.
Interest rates are down, and gas prices are down below $3 in most places. The economy seems to be, the people we're talking to are really not having huge, serious affordability problems. There's a lot of talking heads, a lot of squawking about that, but most of that's political. Interest rates are down.
It's all political. Sorry, guys. Okay, so holy slit. Maine DMV reportedly caught giving info on how an illegal alien from Somalia could get a driver's license despite killing someone in a car crash in his home country. Let's hear this. I haven't heard this yet. So
okay, so as long as he brought his birth certificate from Africa, he'll be okay to get his driver's license.
okay, this guy said Africa, not Somalia. So
that is one form of ID that we can accept for the exam process to get him started. The other one needs to bear a signature.
So would you take like a country ID, because they do kind of similar to
Yeah,
state.
you know if that's been signed, if
has,
there's
yeah.
an immature.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, so I looked at it. So as long as he has his birth certificate from his home country in Africa and a driver's license that has a signature from his country, that should be okay.
So we would be able to use that out-of-country ID for the signature piece as long as that birth certificate has been translated. Do you know if it has?
Yes, yeah, he does have his yeah.
It is translated. Okay,
Yeah.
Then yep.
Awesome.
We could. Yeah.
Okay, so his name's Mohammed. I guess now the next step would be this. He doesn't speak any English. Is the test done in Somalian?
So for the Class C language, we do translate in Somalia. On that form, that application that I was talking about earlier, there's a box on there that says oral. He would just need to.
now they're talking about CDLs, right? And you have to speak English because you have to understand the road signs. And they say, well, they're driving an 18-wheeler. It's huge. They're on the road a lot. Well, cars kill people every single day. I think it should be against the law that just plain drivers, if you can't speak the language, you shouldn't have a driver's license.
Check that.
And how many can you get wrong?
So it is a 30-question multiple choice questions. Once he hits 6, the test will automatically shut off.
Okay, so he can only get 5 wrong out of the 30 to be safe.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
No, this is good. This is that's actually pretty easy. So he has to get 25 right out of the 30. He did have an issue in Somalia with his driving. Is that going to impact it, or do you guys just not connect with it?
We don't have reciprocity from one country to another, so we don't pull a driving record or anything along those lines.
So so if it did lead to an accidental death, when he was driving, he was actually going over a crosswalk and hit a jogger. That's not going to impact the driver's license here, right?
We wouldn't be able to access those records. So again, we don't have reciprocity from one country to another, so we wouldn't be able to pull those records.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna go.
So once again, this is like fake news, kind of. What she means by reciprocity, right? That's just how the law works. They don't have a way to go to Somalia and check driver's license because Somalia probably doesn't give us that information. So I understand where she's saying that, and they're making her look bad. But I mean, it's just making the whole system look bad.
As long as he brought his birth certificate from Africa, he'll
God
be
damn it!
okay.
I hate it when it fucking does that shit. I clicked on the wrong button. Let's finish it though.
Impactor, or do you guys just not connect with it? When he was driving, he was actually going over a crosswalk and hit a. I'm gonna go actually go down and meet him and get some translators. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Would you like the information for the elections department under the Secretary of State?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I skipped over that part.
You're very welcome. Would you like wouldn't be able to pull those records?
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna go actually go down and meet him and get some translators. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Would you like the information for the elections department under the Secretary of State?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just.
Their phone number is 207
Okay, anyways.
624
The heck is going on?
765.
There we go. Don't want to seem to work right today. Look at this. A group of teens in a bike gang loot a 7-Eleven in Los Angeles and start throwing snacks out the store to all their friends. This is we shouldn't just say LA. It's fucking California.
Yo, stop.
Look at these kids. They're little kids. They're young. They're like teenagers.
Bro, stop. Oh my gosh, bro, stop. Stop.
What are they? This kid looks like 8, 9 years, well, maybe 10 or 11 years old.
Yo, stop. Yo, guys. Yo, deadass, please. Oh, can y'all stop? Not deadass. I'm so serious right now. Get out. Get out, please. Nah, bro. I'm not just stop, bro. Nah, yo, bro. Nah, don't go. Bro, what are you doing, bro? It's not worth it. Get out, bro.
It's worth it because they don't got my face on it.
I'll pay 1,000, 2,000. It doesn't. What could I do to help? Could I help? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing? Why is the person taking the video apologizing? That's what I don't get. What, Donnies? Enough with the fake news sob stories over the illegal Somalis in Minnesota. I would describe Abdi as the friendliest guy I know, says somebody. Let's watch this video so I can give Donnie and Panda their treat.
This week, the Department of Homeland Security's Operation Metro Surge hits the Twin Cities. The agency announcing ICE arrested 12 of the worst. Among them, this man, 46-year-old Abdul Qadir Sharif Abdi, who DHS describes as a current gang member.
How would you describe him?
I would describe Abdi as the friendliest guy that I know. He was very welcoming to me.
Corey says she met Abdi at an addiction recovery meeting in 2016. Once they started that journey, they turned to working towards helping others achieve sobriety.
I wanted to change, and Abdi showed me proof that that was possible.
Court documents show Abdi came to
Wow.
the United States from Somalia as a refugee in 1996. He faced deportation multiple times, convicted of stealing a vehicle, shoplifting, and other offenses between 1999 and 2006. Each time he was ultimately released, given deportation to Somalia was not reasonably foreseeable at the time. This
Really?
week, the Department of Homeland Security's Operation Metro Surge hits the Twin Cities. The agency announcing ICE arrested 12 of the worst. Among them, this man, 46-year-old Abdul Qadir Sharif Abdi, who DHS describes as a current gang member.
How would you describe him?
I would describe Abdi as the friendliest guy that I know. He was very welcoming to me.
Corey's
Just insane. Just insane. Worth reading from 2020. Ilhan Omar did marry her brother and said she would do what she had to do to get him papers to keep him in the U.S. I think if I click on it, we can go to it. We've all heard this talking point. Ilhan Omar told friends years ago that the man who went on to become her second husband was in fact her brother. DailyMail.com can confirm. Whatever, Osman is the first person to go on record to speak of how Omar said she wanted to get her brother papers so she could stay in the United States. It has long been rumored that Omar and Abed Elmi are siblings, but because of a lack of paperwork in war-torn Somalia, proof has never been uncovered. Why don't they do a DNA test? All it takes is one DNA test, right? That's all it takes. It is long. Let me see. Other said she said she needed to get papers for her brother to go to school. We all thought she was just getting papers to allow him to stay in the country. Omar was married to her second husband, Elmi, in 2009 by a Christian minister, although she is Muslim. Yeah, why that's kind of interesting. She was first married to Ahmed Hershey in 2002 in a Muslim ceremony before they split in 2008. But she later had another child with Hersey while legally wed to Elmi. So they got divorced probably just so she could marry her brother. When Hershey and Ilhan got married, a lot of people were invited. It was a big Islamic wedding, united two large clans in the community. When she married Elmi, no one even knew about it. No one knew there had been a wedding until the media turned up a certificate years later. Is there a video on this? Is this the video? I guess it's the video on it. Oh no, this is something else. Whereas revelations are sure to renew calls for investigation. She should have been investigated a long time ago. A long time ago. They should say, okay, if you didn't marry your brother, then why don't you take a DNA test, right? Just take a DNA test and let's see. They never will. All right. Watch. This is that same woman again, and she's in Arizona now for some reason. So she's a Democrat. Incite a leftist mob to begin shouting at federal agents while they are arresting an anti-ICE protester. She knows exactly what she's doing.
It's going to cause more work, more trouble. Just let her go. Just let her go.
Just let her go. Just let her go. That's what Democrats want to do. Anybody that breaks the law, they just want to let them go because they say, well, yeah, we'll let them break the law, right? Because then they'll vote for us next time. Local fake news has been exposed for running cover for Somali criminals and gang members. Okay, let's see this one.
Friday, our cameras caught handcuffed men exiting vans and boarding a plane at MSP Airport. Activists say this is a deportation flight taking arrested immigrants out of state. It's unclear who these people are, but the scene caps off a week defined by what the Department of Homeland Security is calling Operation Metro Surge. Our counter right digs into the past of one of those men, who a federal immigration judge once described as someone who was turning their life around and helping his community.
This week, the Department of Homeland Security's Operation Metro Surge hits the Twin Cities. The agency announcing ICE arrested 12 of the worst. Among them, this man, 46-year-old Abdul Qadir Sharif Abdi, who DHS describes as a current gang member.
How would you describe him?
I would describe Abdi as the friendliest guy that I know. He was very welcoming to me.
Corey says she met Abdi at an addiction recovery meeting in 2016. Once they started that journey, they turned to working towards helping others achieve sobriety.
I wanted to change, and Abdi showed me proof that that was possible.
Court documents show Abdi came to the United States from Somalia as a refugee in 1996. He faced deportation multiple times, convicted of stealing a vehicle, shoplifting, and other offenses between 1999 and 2006. Each time he was ultimately released, given deportation to Somalia was not reasonably foreseeable at the time. When those conditions changed, ICE detained him in 2018. In a report filed in that case, a magistrate judge noted that he had worked to turn his life around, highlighting his work with law enforcement and the community to discourage young Somali Americans from associating with gangs and extremist groups.
He's always been a person that he would give his shirt off of his back to anybody.
Corey was there with a strong group of supporters when a judge released Abdi for what friends and others hoped would be the final time. Rejoining the community in Minneapolis, Taylor met Abdi as her neighbor.
You can't even really say he goes out of his way to help people. That just is his way, is to help people.
Friends are hoping Abdi has a way to come back home, with his wife now starting a battle with blood cancer. She describes her husband as 1 in a million. With photojournalist Ari Mendoza, Connor White, WCC.
Oh my gosh, what is it? Let's see, it said local fake news has been exposed running cover for Somali criminals and gang members. I guess they're talking about this WCC0. Well, CBS, what do you expect, right? What do you expect out of them? All right, Tish Hyman grills Representative Ro Khanna, a Democrat, to his face. So this is the lady, remember, She was at, I think it was Gold's Gym, and she started that big argument in the place because they were letting a transgender woman, which is a man, into the gym, and she refused to allow, or into the women's bathroom, and she freaked out over it, which she should. Oh well, if his wife says he's all right, then I guess we know we should take her, right? Right, Andy? Plus, I don't trust white women that. Well, never mind. I'll shut the fuck up. Because I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Issue a sensational warning about hypothetical genital checks, but the real harassment of girls is happening right here under our current laws that allow men to self-ID into our spaces.
Well, I appreciate your speaking out, and
Look
I
at
appreciate your sharing your concern about safety. I have always been concerned about safety, and that means that no matter what your gender or how you identify, you cannot harass someone in a locker room. So the problem with the example that you point out is someone was committing domestic violence or harassing, and I'll let you follow up on that. They should be.
Oh, they won't let her have the mic back.
That is unacceptable. But that has nothing to do, in my view, with someone who is trans and who identifies as a woman, saying that they can be using the locker room or bathroom.
Wait, real quick. So I'm gonna say something about this. They're like, yeah, well, you know what? They identify as trans and blah blah blah. Well, think about here. I have another situation that's kind of similar. It's nothing close to what this woman had to go through. But look at this. I am in chronic pain every day. I cannot get pain meds except for 3 a day because of all the people that have abused the system, that have used the drugs to get high, to do all that stuff. And right, my doctor tells me, she's like, if I give you any more than 3 a day or a higher prescription, then the federal government is going to look into me and they might take my license away. She's like, you need more, but I can't give you more because they might take my license away. So that is basically saying, well, you know, because some people take advantage of the system, I'm screwed. Well, shouldn't that be the same here? Because think about that. For those guys that want to go out there and just so they can see naked women, they go in the women's dressing room and pretend that they are a man or a woman. Well, then shouldn't the same rules apply to them then? Just because and they say, well, it's only a few of them. Well, still, it's only a few people that are abusing drugs, but yet I'm screwed about it. Now, so this lady should, you know,
which they
right?
identify with. That is their right. Now, if that person, if I could just finish, if there's a person who is harassing or a threat, then of course they need to be.
Wait a minute, or a threat. So a man with a penis in a woman's locker room while they are changing and they are getting naked too is not a threat to a woman. Women are not getting raped all over the world. A naked man near a woman who doesn't want to be around a naked man, you're telling me that's not a threat?
But I will let you respond.
I truly appreciate you allowing me to respond, sir. Listen to me. Women and men are not the same. There's no such thing as a trans.
Look at his assistant.
Justice, and that's okay. But you cannot allow them to have civil laws. I heard you mention a couple bills you're going to go ahead and open up. You need to open up this bill and protect women. Because none of the women in here are protected. It's okay. None of the women in here are protected by law. State law. State law is not protecting any of the women in here. And I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I am a woman who's a lesbian, who was harassed in the locker room. I'm telling you right now that a lot of this is going on, and you need to do something about it. The Republicans will back you on it, because I hear that they've been fighting about this for a long time. It's the Democrats that need to do something about this law. The trans are not women, they are men. With the pieces intact. And then the women's prison.
Look at her reaction.
They're killing them. And it's going silence. And this is going to stop with me. So,
you know what? She's giving all these dirty looks. So maybe we should watch her one day. And when she goes into a gym and she goes into where the shower area is, maybe we should send 3 or 4 transgender men in there to walk around naked in front of her and see how she feels.
These ladies, if you're going to vote for anyone, make sure that they're standing up for women's rights, because they're not. And if you are not aware, we are unprotected. Go in the bathroom right now, there could be a man in there, and he says, I'm a woman, and that's okay. Now, I know none of you think that's okay. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you sharing your perspective. I certainly believe in safety, and I also believe that in this country we recognize the dignity and rights of every person to pursue happiness.
They are men. You need to stop with the malarkey. They are men. Stop making excuses for grown men going to women's restrooms. I've had it up to here. You're calmly lying and saying that it's okay. That's what you're saying. When you say that, you're saying it's okay. And I need you to say it's not okay for men to be in a women's locker room. There are bigger problems, yes. But this is a big problem. I don't know, no, because you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Protect women's safety. Not men who want to be women. Women.
Amen, lady.
I'm done. No. Men are not women, okay? Stop the malarkey now. You guys need to stop voting for these people. Y'all busy trying to be Democrats and Republicans. Y'all acting like Democrats. Use your independent brain.
I love this lady. She's taking a lot of gruff for standing up, and I appreciate her for what she's doing. So I don't know what country this person is from, but this was at, I don't even know. It looks like the yellow, it might be a Dollar General, but I don't know. But just watch this. Watch how this person reacts and everything they do. Andy says should have called him a piece of shit to his face in front of everybody. Yeah, I think she was taking the high road, Andy. She was taking the high road.
Call the police.
You quiet.
You don't tell me to be quiet.
Quiet.
No.
This guy's trying to buy 3 eggs and a couple slices of bread.
Yeah, it's not like that. You don't. That's not. We don't do that. You buy a full carton and you buy a full thing of bread. You don't. You can't just break into bags of stuff.
Me car outside.
We only sell things in actual packaging.
Yes, I buy.
You can't just buy 4 eggs and a couple of slices of bread.
And real quick, do you think this is just some guy trying to make a video to become famous? Because he's filming it. So I think this might be one of these, like, he's just trying to fuck with people to get views. But let's see.
You have to buy the whole loaf of bread and the whole carton of eggs.
Me car outside.
Okay, that has nothing. I don't understand what that means.
His car's outside.
Yeah, I get his car's outside. That doesn't do anything for me about the packaging. We only sell it as a package, the full quantity.
Yes, the American store this eat me buy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, we only sell the full carton of eggs.
Okay, yeah, I think this is definitely a spoof video. I mean, these people are probably real, but I think he's just doing this. Because, I mean, you can hear how close his sound is, his voice is when he talks. That means he's the one holding the camera. This is fake.
Me car outside.
Okay, but that hasn't. I don't understand. How's that? What does that have to do with buying?
You're American.
I'm not gonna play anymore. This is so fake. Now that I watch it. All right. Breaking news: Justice Kavanaugh intellectually pummels DEI Justice Ketanji Brown at the Supreme Court on whether President Trump can fire a Democrat member of the FTC. I don't understand why President gets control of everything and outrages Congress. Well, what about your freaking stupid liberal judges that try and shut everything down like they're running the country?
I don't understand why it is that the thought that the president gets to control everything can outweigh Congress's clear authority and duty to protect the people in this way.
But Justice Kavanaugh asked, what happens when a president can't effectively carry out his or her agenda because of what a previous administration from an opposing party has done in maybe setting up one of these multi-member agencies or boards, and those members can't be fired by the president?
I want to give you a chance to deal with the hard hypothetical. When both houses of Congress and president are controlled by the same party, them creating a lot of these independent agencies with or extending some of the current independent agencies into these kinds of situations so as to thwart future presidents of the opposite party.
So to rule for the president, they'd have to overturn a 90-year-old precedent, which has basically been on life support, if we're being honest. But the court's going to consider some of these same questions again. Slightly different framework in January when it wades into whether the president can dismiss a Fed governor. The court has indicated that it sees the Fed as a unique institution because it is quasi-private.
I say let them go for it. But then we also got to worry about later on that if we get a Democrat president, they're going to start doing the same thing. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, got to worry about it. Carlin Younger discovered the pipe bomb. So listen to this. Chairman Loudermilk just sent a letter to Carlin Younger, the individual who discovered the first pipe bomb near the Republican National Committee on January 6, 2021, requesting a transcribed interview. Let's see. On January 6th. Yeah, this is not what I thought it was. I thought I had something else. The Democrats do it anyway already whenever they have it. That's true, Andy. That's true. That wasn't what I thought it was. Okay, ICE hits Minneapolis. I love it. Somali felons are first to go. Leftist meltdown. Let's see the leftist meltdown here. Got Mexican flags. I don't know what color that is. Mexican flag. So this is at the this is right outside the Great Mall of America, because I read another piece on this. And so what's going on is the ICE agents are here and they're trying to sleep. So they're making all this noise, and they did it all night long to keep the ICE agents from getting any sleep. But I doubt that noise is really getting through, because they're pretty far away. It might just be a rumble in the room. It might be a rumble in the room.
Alone. You guys cannot do that. That's illegal. Call 911. Call 911. They're doing kidnapping.
Oh my gosh,
That's
they're not
illegal.
kidnapping.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Smile at me, sir. Smile at me, ma'am.
Leave him alone. Leave him
Thank
alone.
you.
Leave him
This
alone. You guys are
federal
doing
agent is under
kidnapping.
arrest.
Kidnapping. This is called kidnapping. Kidnapping. This kidnapping. Call 911. Naima, call 911.
It's not kidnapping. It's
People, we're-
arresting people
This
that
is
deserve to
called
be arrested.
kidnapping. Leave him alone.
Oh my gosh. Fucking liberals always trying to help people that don't deserve the help. Somali immigrants in Minnesota used a random get this. This will piss you off, Andy. Somalia immigrants in Minnesota used a random name generator to create fake names of children to get paid. So they would create nonprofits, register, then they would just use name generators to say, "Oh yeah, we fed this kid and that kid and that kid." Listen to this guy.
Remind us, logistically, how were these people able to pull off this massive fraud scheme? Was it just overbilling?
Right. It started out as overbilling. So the Child Care Center might have 60 people officially enrolled on their books, and 30 would show up on a given day, but they billed as if all 60 showed up. Just straight up overbilling. Over time, it evolved into a much more brazen scheme where they would create nonprofits, go register with the Secretary of State's office, create a nonprofit, and then file to join the food program. And literally, one day they didn't exist. The next day they existed. The day after that, they were claiming to feed 5,000 children a day. Their children didn't exist. So you mentioned the spreadsheets where they just used a random name generator to make up names of non-existent children to show to the state, we really are feeding all these kids, but the kids didn't exist, the food didn't exist. So it started out as
I don't doubt that at all.
And then it became billing for non-existent
Andy,
stuff. They just send invoices without bothering to buy food or actually feed kids. And that got extended into some of these other programs like the Housing Stabilization Program.
Right. It's very easy to make up a fake receipt, right? You can look up, watch this. Let's say so here's a food company, and so let's say Giordano's, which is Giordano's bill. Right? We can look up a Giordano's bill. Let's see. Let's go to images. Not a bill. What's the right word for it? Or Cisco. Oops. Cisco. What's the right word I'm thinking of? Not a bill. Bill paper. Maybe that'll find it. So here we go. So you take one of these, you look at this, and you're like, okay. Look at this is how Cisco makes their bills look, right? Oh no, not a bill like that. Cisco or Jordan, like the bill, like they send you a bill in the mail. Here we go. What's this one? This one's cleaner. Okay, so look at this. We can just take a copy of one of these, right? See how it looks. So all I got to do is scan all this. Invoice. Oh, that's the word. Thank you, Andy. Cisco invoice. Invoice. So look, you get one of these here. All you got to do is copy this, or just copy their logo here and make one look just exactly like this. And then you fill it out saying, oh yeah, we bought 20 of these, we bought 30 of these, this is the amount due, right? That's all you got to do. And they turn it to the government, and the government doesn't double check it. So that's where I think Andy is right, that, well, the government doesn't even, the governor was part of it. Tampon Tim was part of it.
Some of these other programs like addiction recovery, where they're billing for services not provided, billing for goods not provided, and the state government was just paying the invoices, no questions asked.
Right? So easy to do. So I haven't watched this yet, so I don't know how true this is, but let's see. I mean, they're on C-SPAN, so let's see. It could be fake, though, too.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
And people are clapping
care
for
whether
it.
you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem.
Author and owner of Blacknificent Books. This sounds like a fake name that you would use in a movie. The Blacknificent Books, like In Living Color. Damon Wayans just started a book company, Blacknificent Books.
Because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted. And the one
How is this guy not arrested just after saying that? Okay, let's look up Blacknificent Books. Blacknificent. Oops. Blacknificent Books. Shop Blacknificent African-centered books culture. I don't want to enter my first name. Authors. What was the name? Kiamu Mamu, something like that. They're not even showing it. The store. Let's look up the store. Oh, Dr. Kamu Rashida Cameron. These are all Kamu Cameron. The Blackest Book Part 2. Cheering for People. Let's see what some of the other names are. Black Tricks. You should be ashamed of your dupe parents. The other one, they don't even have titles for it. Tips on quick and easy way Africans can commit subtle suicide. Black guerrilla warfare in America. Why black people die so young. Okay, that's not a bad book. The last book. See, they say the last book by this is probably because he can't say what he's really doing. And look, $95 for a fucking book. What a joke. What a freaking joke. And they're just out there. Oh, I love this one. Watch this. This is great.
You guys shot this guy 68 times. And when the media asked you, why shoot him 68 times? Your answer was, we ran out of bullets. We would have shot him more. Where does that come from?
This guy shot and killed our canine. Shot and killed our canine handler. Shot the backup deputy. Well, he pointed the dead deputy's gun at a SWAT team. What do you think's going to happen? You're going to get shot so much you can read the Sunday New York Times through you. And that's what happened.
I love it. I love it. Massive anti-ICE protest erupts in Kenner, Louisiana. Crowds are flooding the streets near New Orleans, blowing whistles and chanting in protest. So let's see what they're doing. Is freedomnews.tv, is that a big company? Because I mean, they have people all over the place, or is this just one person just flying everywhere? No human is illegal. Bojangles. I think that was a Bojangles. Only had them once.
And then yours, if I
Roxanne.
There's not that many people that you would think.
I am born here. My parents born and raised in Cuba, okay? My husband born and raised in Honduras. Without the Hispanic and El Salvador, without the Hispanic community, what is community? We have to love each other. Just like Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter. We all matter.
What about White
All of
Lives
our
Matter?
neighbors matter. This love makes the world go round. Woo.
Why don't you go back to Cuba then? Actually, that's a little more people. Oh no, it's the same little crowd. Oh. Why is she carrying around a Mickey Mouse? Is that for her safety, the Mickey Mouse? I hope she has to stop the brakes real quickly. That lady just goes bloop. Is that wrong? You can't even. My mom isn't a criminal. She's your hero, but she's an illegal still.
We are hard-working people. We're not coming over here and be a criminal. We are coming here and giving them better life for their family. Please support us. We need your help.
You keep stealing all the money back and stuff too, right?
We are hard-working
You're not paying your
people.
taxes
We're not
like we
coming
do.
over here and be a criminal. We are coming here and giving them better life for their family. Please support us. We need your help.
Nope. Go back. If you're illegal, go back. Get the hell out of here. Come back the right way. They're just playing the same videos over and over again, aren't they? Love our people like you love our food. Says the big old fat lady. Once again, same video. Does it get any better, or is it just the same stuff? Alright, nothing happened. Just idiot people. On Oilfield Randall says, you can punish all white people for something a white dude did hundreds of years ago, but don't you dare punish the Somalis for something tons of Somalis do every single day. That's basically what they're saying here to us Americans, right? Oh, you know, your great grandfather had slaves, so you need to pay reparations. Yeah, right. Senator Duckworth embarrasses herself when grilled by CNN. She didn't actually see footage of the narco strikes. Oh, we got to hear this.
Senator, have you seen the video?
I have seen the video, and it is deeply disturbing. I am mostly concerned with the fact that we are putting our American servicemen.
You use the exact same alarm, Andy?
Here. We're putting them in jeopardy in case they ever get
That's
shut
Donnie's
down.
medicine.
We're putting them in legal jeopardy. They could be brought up in international criminal courts. And so what we're doing here is taking those professionals or utmost professionals and putting them into harm's way. And that's what bothers me the most about what Pete Hegseth is doing. He is the least qualified Secretary of Defense in our nation's history, and he's very cavalier about doing things. Fact of the matter is, only Congress can decide that we can go to war.
I think we pretty much have the least nobody in Congress that we have. Nobody. Most of the people in Congress don't deserve to be in Congress. AOC deserves to be in Congress. Ilhan Omar, they are all the least qualified.
And there was no such declaration made.
I just want to make sure that that I get this accurate. You have seen the classified video of this particular strike, the first strike, and then the double tap, as it's known.
No, I've just seen what's been available in the media.
Okay.
I've read the full report, but I've not seen the actual video.
She tries to play it off. I seen the video. Well, no, I really didn't. Let's hear this dumbass bitch. Because you got to listen to what they're saying so we can try and go against and try and see where they're coming from so we know how to respond.
Of the 87 people charged, all but 8 are of Somali descent. And that has added to the spotlight being put specifically on your community. Why do you think this fraud was allowed to get so widespread?
Well, I want to say, this also has an impact on Somalis because we are also taxpayers in Minnesota. We also could have benefited from the program and the money that was stolen. And so it's been really frustrating for people to not acknowledge the fact that we're also as Minnesotans, as taxpayers, really upset and angry about the fraud that has occurred.
So I'm going to say she's right in a certain way. She's probably right that the Somali people that could be benefiting from it is not, because the money that they use these Somalians' names, but they took their money and they gave it to themselves. She stole all the money. All the people in charge stole the money. The people that deserved to get the money never got it. And it's all you're part of the problem, lady. You're part of the ones in problem, right? It was stolen by her people. Exactly, Andy. Stolen by her people. I just gave you your good. That is a treat. Oh, uh-oh. That's why it keeps moving around. See, can I stop it now? Okay, will it follow me? Okay, good. Now it's not following me anymore. Darn camera. I keep messing it up. I forget which tricks do what. Alright. Leftists are trying to mess with ICE again. Let's see what they're doing here.
This is illegal.
Do you guys have a warrant for this vehicle?
We have probable cause to stop the vehicle.
What's the probable cause of the
We ran
vehicle?
the plate.
What's wrong with the
We
plate?
determined that the person inside the vehicle was illegal.
How did you guys determine
Based on
that running
registration.
plates?
Ma'am, you can take the vehicle. I'm not proceeding with any questions.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But you guys don't have the right to take him.
We absolutely do. Look at the law. Do you have an ID?
Okay. I don't need a hug right now, dude.
You don't need my ID.
No? So how do I know you're the person?
Her name is Rebecca Sanchez. And you can't speak to her. She's underage.
Sit down.
Where are you guys transporting him?
None of your damn business.
Where are you guys transporting him?
Sit down.
You're unreasonable. You don't listen.
You
think you know the law better than we do. You don't.
Okay,
So until
you guys are
being
Look at this. I'm not being disrespectful with you. You guys are taking our father. You have to understand the frustration that you guys have right now, that we have right now.
So with all this stuff going on, and think about this, if you're an illegal person in this country, and you're seeing all over the news that they're coming and arresting people, they're going to people's houses, they're doing that stuff, and you still decide to stay in the United States, that's your own dumb fucking fault. It's your fault for in the first place for coming here illegally, and second, after you know they're coming for you, that's even worse. That just shows how much of an idiot you are. Thinking, oh, they're not gonna do that to me, right? That's like somebody watching somebody walk through a river in another country to where there's let's say they're walking through an alligator-ridden river. First person walks through, they get eaten up. Second person walks through, they're getting eaten up. So you're the person that says, you know what? But they're not gonna eat me, and just walk right through and then you die. It's kind of like a similar thing, right? They deserve exactly what they got. Louisiana police are now guarding the U.S. Border Commander Greg Bobino. This is weird. Everything I shared today is not on here. I don't know why. And this is because the Attorney General from Louisiana said, no, you will do whatever you are aid and help ICE agents and Border Patrol in Louisiana. Otherwise, you can be prosecuted. I think we'll have it somewhere around here. And we just saw that video. Official Americans are waking up. This woman is furious. This lady has been doing a lot. I think it's the same lady. Let's see if it's the same lady.
So I didn't want to bust nobody.
What's up,
out.
Mike
I
Jones?
felt like it, but I didn't want no problems. So I'm grocery shopping, doing all my errands, getting ready to go to work this week, which some of y'all need to take some fucking lessons and learn how to do. And I'm at the grocery store, and it's this family in front of me, can't speak a lick of English. And the food stamps that they had was incredible.
Homosocrat.
I could not believe the food stamps these people had was incredible. And then when we got out to the parking lot, these motherfuckers are getting into a Cadillac Escalade. The fraud is real. All the kids got little Nikes on or Vans, dressing hella good. And these fools had, and their grocery bill was like $700, and they just swiped with no problem. So I didn't.
That, I gotta say though, that might be somebody who bought food stamps off of somebody who was getting them. You get $700 worth of food stamps for $350. That was at least how it went back in my day. All right, Dems killed 65 million unborn American and funded 500 million babies aborted worldwide. Let babies who survive abortion lay and die, starved them, stole their lunch, money, poison, the food and water, pandemic, and poison vax. Yeah, the Dems are pretty bad. Merry Christmas already, though. It's too early for Merry Christmas. Lando Norris won yesterday. Let's see. Tim Walsh taking advantage of his new disability.
Sorry, retarded.
Oh, that's okay then.
You don't know any better.
Oh, bless your heart.
Jeez, did you
You gotta love Family Guy.
hear me a second ago? I'm retarded.
Oh, you're just curious. Well, let me show you how everything works down there.
Jim Laws, you tamp-on-loving retard!
I've never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
In that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find an offensive word, retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
God dang it.
Sorry,
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with them. Oh, fuck, I had to go all the way back to the top. Who's Donnie barking at out there now? Where were we? Okay, we're right about here. People waiting their turn to call Tim Walz a retard. They had some good memes about this over the weekend. Oh, here's a good little song and dance, too.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
Hold on. I'll play the other one that's even better. Where's the other? Oh, wait. This is a different one.
He's Tim Walz, the retarded governor of the year. He's effeminate prancing and his creepy face waves his hands like a queer. He's Tim Walz, the retarded governor of the year. Come on! He's the crappiest governor of them all. As Somalis invaded, corruption invaded as Minnesota falls. He's Tim Walz, most retarded governor of them all. See you in jail, retard.
I'm telling you, they had some good ones. I gotta find the other one. The word retard is not meant for people with handicaps. It's meant for non-handicapped people who are stupid. If you don't understand this, then you're a retard. Okay. Oh, this is the one I want. This is the best one right here, I think.
We just pulled up to Timmy's house. Just need to plug in the speakers and we're good to go. Unloading the instruments, setting up, getting ready to go, wake the whole neighborhood.
Retarded fat idiots, pathetic retarded loser, pathetic retarded poser. Retarded, screaming louder. Retard, thunder. You are retarded. I'm retarded, break you down. Half-time retard stutters every word. Loser, dead voice retarded loser. Fake fraud, pretend exposer. Loser, screaming louder, hit the ground. I'm retarded.
Mike Jones is dying over there.
You are retarded.
Great little riff by President Trump. He's even dancing to it up there.
You are retarded.
I'm telling you, there was some great ones this weekend. There was some great ones this weekend. Let's see if we can find the stuff that I actually was trying to show earlier, that I shared earlier. See if we can find it. There was stuff by let's see. We saw this. Nope. It was like some Nick Sorter stuff. It was also Jasmine Crockett. It's all not there. Why are you not there? What if I could it maybe be in here? Oh, maybe it'll be part of this stuff now. No, we showed that one already. We showed that one. Here we go. Jasmine Crockett has officially filed to run for the U.S. Senate in 2026. Texas, it's time to step up. Yeah, don't vote her in. So this is eye-opening. Thank you, President Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. for shining a light on the darkness of Big Pharma fighting for medical freedom. So in 1996, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots that you gave a baby for vaccines, right? In 2025, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 32 of them. And what I replied to this was this. Think about this. Maybe because so many illegal aliens are coming to this country with these diseases that we now have to have this shit. We got rid of a lot of this shit in our country. But you start letting in all these illegal aliens, right? Maybe that's why. Dave Ramsey, saw that. Saw this. Wait, did we see this one? Oh yeah, we saw that one. But where's the other Jasmine Crockett stuff? Because there was like some rapper like promoted her, wrote a song for her. Well, oh, they must have been taken down, maybe. They had to have been taken down if they're not there anymore. Let's look at the latest Jasmine Crockett stuff. Or top, maybe. Official. Here we go. So I shared this earlier. I don't know why it doesn't show up. It's official. Jasmine Crockett has filed to run for U.S. Senate in 2026. This means she cannot run for her House seat in 2026. This ghetto piece of trash really thinks Texas is going to send her to the Senate. You know, she might. She might. Oh yeah, this was it. So this was her first campaign video, and she just deleted it. This was her announcing that she's going to Senate.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett.
Really, Mike Jones?
Oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
So she made this video, right? And it was so bad that she took the post down within like half an hour or something like that. Let's see. There was a video about some rapper dude too. There was a rapper. I just saw it. Maybe it'll be on here still. Some rapper sung a song about her, and I didn't get to hear it yet. I wanted to hear it. Bill Maher praises former Representative Matt Gaetz for driving to the California wilds. Let's see. You have an IQ, an 865 IQ. I don't get this. Gavin Newsom, he's such a dumbass. He's trying to pretend to be like President Trump, right? Because he's going to run for president. Former CDC Director Rochelle Walensky says if vaccine manufacturers are not free of responsibility for vaccine injuries, they may choose not to make them. Oh no. Oh no. What this guy saying.
So we've had ICE and DHS down in Louisiana for about a week now. And as a business owner, I've been running my own construction company since I was 18 years old. I'm 27 now. We do paint and roofing, drywall, tile, ceramics, trim, molding, carpentry, flooring, concrete, a little bit of everything. I'm seeing firsthand just the shockwave them boys are sending across the state. No immigrants want to go to work. None of them want to even ride in a truck like mine with a ladder rack on it. And it is so amazing. I've got more calls in the last week than I've got in the last 3 months. I got 20 calls in one day. GC scrambling to try and finish projects. Halfway through, these guys not showing up to work, starting projects. Landlords, you know how a landlord always has, their go-to guy. They call. Boys ain't showing up to do nothing. And this just shows you how bad the problem is down here in Louisiana. I mean, we got a population in our whole state that's like the size of LA County. Genuinely, in our whole state. And they have filled this place like no other. And I've got to see through the presidencies. We had our little heyday with Trump's first go-round, 99 cents a gallon gas. Even with the immigrants here, shit was still amazing. They weren't pushing like they are right now. Joe Biden got into office, he really fucked my industry bad.
I think it's Chad Bianco who you're talking about,
The
Mike.
only people that are lining their pockets are the GCs that are hiring these guys.
Yep, and they should be thrown in jail too. Let's see, crybaby alert. Have you guys seen this? This lady's stupid.
Why is there diet culture on the parking meters? Why do we have on the parking meters, sometimes I diet, don't feed me on the following holidays? Why are we promoting fat phobia and diet culture, even on the parking meters in LA? It gets to a point. It really does get to a point. This is an issue and this needs to be fixed. West Hollywood, this is actually disgusting.
No, you're actually disgusting. You're actually disgusting. Dems were up almost 2 million registered voters in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I heard a lot of them swapped out. Erica Kirk says Charlie was always. I gotta pass the Erica Kirk stuff now. And he says, nobody cares what you think, Patty. ABC renews Jimmy Kimmel through 2027. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You know how they can afford this even though they're losing money? They're getting kickbacks from Democrats, so that way they'll push this nonsense on us. Let's see. How could 159 million votes be cast if America only has 133 million registered voters? That's not important. What's important is that you're a racist, homophobic bigot. Sounds about right. What's this? Let's see this video. Looks cool. Oh, this is ICE arriving in Minneapolis. That's pretty good. Jasmine Crockett says she's going to turn Texas blue. Yeah, I don't think so.
Turning Texas blue is what I want to talk to y'all about today. Now, there are those that say, ain't no way, we done tried it 50 kinds of ways. Let me be clear. Y'all ain't never tried it the JC way. They have no idea what Crockett's crew will do. And so I just want to be clear for all the haters in the back. Listen up real loud. We gonna get this thing done. Turning Texas.
You are stupid. Those chants. Let's see. Pete Hexas has been proudly posting videos of deadly boat strikes. And thank you for doing that, Pete. I appreciate that. Let's hear what Ketanji Brown is saying.
Some issues, some matters, some areas should be handled in this way by nonpartisan experts. That Congress is saying that expertise matters with respect to aspects of the economy and transportation and the various independent agencies that we have. So having a president come in and fire all the scientists and the doctors and the economists and the PhDs and replacing them with loyalists and people who don't know anything is actually not in the best interest of the citizens of the United States. These issues should not be in presidential control. So can you speak to me about the danger of allowing in these various areas the president to actually control the Transportation Board and potentially the Federal Reserve and all these other independent agencies? In these particular areas, we would like.
So, what would you prefer that the judges do it, like you guys are already trying to do?
To have independence. We don't want the president controlling. I guess what I don't understand from your overarching argument is why that determination of Congress, which makes perfect sense given its duty to protect the people of the United States, why that is subjugated to a concern about the president not being able to control everything. I mean, I appreciate there's a conflict between the two, but one would think under our constitutional design, given the history of the monarchy and the concerns that the framers had about a president controlling everything, that in the clash between those two, Congress's view that we should be able to—
Shut the fuck up. You're just a dumb idiot. You should have never been put in there. And see, I'm gonna play this, but I don't know what any of this is about. I haven't been paying attention to the whole Candace versus TP USA versus Tim Pool stuff, because you know what? I'm getting sick and tired of all these different streamers going after each other. You got not Bill O'Reilly, but you got Glenn Beck going after freaking I mean, it's just everybody's going after everybody just to get more clicks, right? I'm getting sick and tired of all these people, but I'll play this for you that are interested in it.
Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate cunt. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me. like I did something for you as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which she's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a...
So also, if this happened in the last day or so, I can see why he's so upset because I think it was Friday night or sometime over the past couple of days, somebody drove up to Tim Pool's house and pulled out a weapon and started shooting at his house where him and his family lives. And I think he has kids, right? So I can understand how pissed off this dude is right now. I've never liked Tim Pool. I hardly ever watch him, but, you know.
Suburban neighborhood with neighbors. Shouldn't give two fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about
Erica
all this.
Kirk
You told
was in
me
on the assassination.
you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot
Now, that's
wall
some
and one
bullshit
fat
stuff.
guy. And she doesn't give a shit about her security.
Why would somebody saying that Erica Kirk was part of the assassination on her husband? It's just disgusting to say, you know, unless she has proof, right? Let us see the proof and then you could fucking say it, right? But if you don't have the proof saying to somebody who just lost her husband, that's just disgusting. That's disgusting. And he says, I'm not a fan of civil war with people who are normally on my side, but Candace is an exception.
Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And, you know, it's all lies. It's all hypocrisy. And it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie. She loved Charlie. And she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again. This conservative movement is fractured. It's fried, whatever it is. Okay. Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that don't want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace Owens?
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail.
What a fucking cunt.
Of her piece today.
I'm done.
So this whole thing that's going on right here, this is why, if you've noticed over the past couple of weeks, if not longer, I skip over Charlie Kirk stuff. I don't want to benefit from his death. I mean, you guys saw it earlier today. There was something on Erica Kirk. What did I do? I scrolled right by. Because I don't want to talk about his death. I don't want people to, Eddie's just grifting off of, because you know they're going to do it. And this is what's going on here. You know, and I'm not saying Tim Pool's fighting over the money and stuff. I'm talking about Candace Owens. Sounds like she's doing it. All these people are out there grifting off of Charlie Kirk's death. Let's be real. A lot of people are doing it. And I just think it's wrong. Hakeem Jeffries is blocking the stock trading ban in Congress? You don't say.
Know where we stand, by the way, on the insider trading ban in Congress?
What the heck is this?
Well, right now, Jesse, I just heard from Hakeem Jeffries that he doesn't want to have his Democrats sign on to the legislation, even though 100 members of Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, have actually said that they want to support this coalition bill because of the fact that it doesn't include the executive branch. But here's an interesting fact, Jesse. If Congress was required to adhere to the same standards that the executive branch is under, there would be no insider trading, and it is happening on both sides, and it needs to end. And so I'm formally calling on both Speaker Johnson and Hakeem Jeffries to do what they can, huddle if you need be, but come up with a consensus bill and put it on the floor before the end of the year, because 87% of Americans want this to end, and it has to for the sacred sanctity of our country.
All right. So when Democrats controlled Congress, the Republicans said they wanted to ban stock trading. And then when Republicans control the Congress, nothing happens. Got it. I think I understand what's going on here.
We're trying, but it's an uphill battle.
All
for
right.
Sure.
No.
So basically, what she's saying is most Republicans are making money off of trades, and that's why they won't go for it. If Charlie isn't talked about and remembered for what he stood for, then they win. I get that. But I just don't want to be. Too many people are doing it for the wrong reasons. That's all I'm saying. Woke Insomniac says Trump broke her brain and her bedtime. Oh, let's see this. This should be good.
Good morning. How in the fuck are any of you sleeping? Like, I'm serious. I have been up all fucking night. I can't.
Stop doing drugs.
Turn my fucking brain off. I can't.
Let's stop doing drugs.
I put my phone down. I tried to put on a movie.
Dude, look at the way she's on something. She's on something.
And I can't fucking sleep.
Stop doing meth.
How are you guys managing and navigating
I don't do meth.
The chaos, the hatred, and the discrimination, and the how this president is just breaking law after wiping his
true,
big,
Mike.
incredibly fat, nasty ass with our Constitution. I want to know how the rest of you liberals are sleeping.
They're doing it by not doing the drugs that you're doing, lady. Sorry, guys. Mamdani appoints convicted armed robber. Mamdani appoints convicted armed robber to criminal legal system transition committee. What? No way. Let's see what it says.
We learned. We learned that America is still white supremacist based. The theories of white supremacy is still the foundation of America. That's just the bottom line. And that means that white men rule. White men are only the people to rule. We've tricked our own people to believe that we've tricked every other nationality because it's Stockholm Syndrome. You've seen white men in positions of power so long that you cannot change it.
And you out here robbing cab drivers too? And we know the cab drivers are
just insane. Yeah, I know I sound great, don't I? Hope. Wait a minute. No way. Let's see this.
Just this past week, I saw, I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity. And I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'd have to think through it a lot. One of the things that they propose is Black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time, because then again, that puts money back in your pocket. But at the same time, it may not be as objectionable to some people about actually giving out dollars. But obviously, then you start dealing with the different tax brackets and things like that. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, we argue the reparations make sense, because so many Black folk.
Really? They're still talking about reparations? Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Oh, check this out. I want one. Could you imagine having one of these? You know, just all you gotta do is sit in your room and, oh look, here comes an intruder. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. There will be people who try and convince you to cross illegally. It's important you don't listen to them, according to the U.S. Border Patrol. Let's see what they say here.
Talking with David, who's still in the Navy.
I'm gonna get too many strikes on you. Wesley Hunt has challenged fellow Democrat Jasmine Crockett to a debate. Oh, we knew that a long time ago. Oh yes, this is it. This rapper kicks off Crockett's Senate campaign with an anti-Trump rap. Let's see what this is.
She ain't never scared and she ain't never been. Who is willing to go toe-to-toe against the president? I can't wrap my head around someone who votes Republican. She advocate for feeding kids. They protect folks touching them. Trump invading his own country.
This is a rapper. I mean, He can't even he can't even do it right.
With our army, what a joke. We remember Pearl Harbor by illegally bombing boats. But y'all thought we wasn't gonna do nothing, buddy. Think again. They only trying to scare out of running because they think she'll win. Listen, thought I told y'all we ain't never scared. Now look who name on the docket. Got 2 words for every racist bigot. Jasmine.
I like some rap. This is the worst rap I've ever fucking heard in my life. That was the one I was looking for because I hadn't heard it yet. Bam Donnie. Fuck Bam Donnie. Wait, sues Loudoun County. Justice Department sues Loudoun County for suspending Christian students who objected to girls and boys' locker rooms. This is just getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. I was tired when I woke up. It went downhill. You having a bad day, huh? Hope that's not good. That is not good at all. Let's see what Christy Nome is saying.
I'm asking you, is there any crime that the politicians are themselves any laws they're breaking?
A lot.
You know, Sean, we're certainly going after and looking into all of that with coordination of Department of Justice. But the mayor, if he were mayor, could be violating the Constitution by giving advice on how to evade law enforcement and how to get away with breaking the law. It's really unbelievable in this country what we're seeing. Those ICE agents that you were referencing, the violent attacks that have increased against them to 1,200%, death threats against them are at 8,000%. And I want to remind everybody, these ICE agents live in these communities. That's their homes. They have their families there. They're working to keep their own kids safe so that they can go to school, they can go to church and go to work every single day. So they're there doing God's work to protect this country and enforce the law. And these politicians, if they don't like the law, then go frickin' change it. Go change the law. That's your job, is to actually have debate, have discernment.
There is no debate anymore. It's if you're Republican, you can only vote Republican. If you're Democrat, you can only vote Democrat. And it's getting old. I'm getting sick and tired of all this bullshit on it. 30, the Department of Justice prosecutor allegedly tried to frame President Trump. Jocelyn, what was her last name? Trying to think of her name because she's Jocelyn is one of the prosecutors that questioned me on the stand. Is being looked at Watch Lindell TV and the GP Cara Castronova as President Trump about the alleged pipe bomber and deep state prosecutor Jocelyn starts with a B. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it were Sunday. Hope probably doesn't know that song. 'Cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Just another manic Monday. That's a good song. David Spade slammed the mall's tree lighting ceremony for omitting the word Christmas, saying organizers intentionally avoided the term and calling it part of a growing anti-Christian trend. Wow, and he's a liberal too, isn't he? Isn't David Spade a liberal? It was the Bengals? Was that who it was? Good song. I like it. You're an idiot. What is this one? Want to make it a bit fair for all the Antifa groups who coordinate physically attack. So yeah, Nick Sorter got attacked. Let's watch this. Walk like an Egyptian.
Independent journalist Nick Sorter joins us now. Nick, it was good to see you at the
Could have done
Kennedy
your
Center
hair,
last
bro.
night. You cleaned up pretty good, Nick, compared to what that would look like. Now, what was that thug who went after you trying to achieve? I couldn't really follow that. It looked like they're trying to knock your camera down. I mean, same old there.
Yeah, it's the same thing always, Laura, because, I mean, you go there and you ask them a simple question and it's embarrassing for them because they can't answer it, right? So what they got to do next is try to, break the phone so that I can't access that footage anymore for these questions that I was just asking.
Oh, Hope knows
you
that
saw this
song.
reaction because, I went up to one of the organizers after she got this entire crowd to come out and say that the National Guard is racist. And she knows that she's doing this in front of volatile, potentially violent people. And we just saw what happened in Washington, D.C. And now she's going to come out here and say that they're racist.
Real quick, do you know how they're showing it from Nick's camera and not from the other way around? Good evening, David Devine. David Devine had a great episode today of his show over there at David Devine Broadcasted. talking about a movie that they're trying to fund. So you guys go check it out. David, if you got the link, put it in the chat. But you notice how they're only showing it from Nick Sorter's side? Because if you watch the other side, it shows how Nick Sorter cannot fight. Nick Sorter cannot fight.
You expect is going to happen after that? You're going to see more of these attacks,
Really,
which,
Hope.
in my opinion, Laura, is exactly what they want.
Are you an 80s kid, Hope?
And Nick, I want to play what a New Orleans police officer said to you after this assault. Watch.
I don't want you here antagonizing him, creating a problem. I don't have a problem with you being here. There's no reason to even ask him questions. Let them just
ask. I knew it. I knew it.
Want to film them? Stand by your vehicle and film them because you got to say something. By you asking them questions and starting a dialogue with them, you're creating a problem with them. You see what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Nick, did that approach surprise you? I mean, you have that female police chief,
It's
right?
getting
New Orleans,
icy in
who-
NOLA.
And it seemed to think she was thrilled about, the push for ICE down in New Orleans at all. So this doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, you're still hearing it to your face, right? Telling me that I'm creating the problem by having dialogue. That was literally the quote.
How dare you?
It's still the amount of times I can hear that over and over again. I'm still going to be shocked by it. But at the end of the day, Laura, I mean, look at what happened in Portland as well. Out there, when I was arrested, because I was a conservative out there trying to cover the ICE riots that the legacy media didn't want to. I mean, these liberal, these big leftist police departments routinely side with the woke, radical, violent left. And, we were able to find.
I hate to say it. He talks like a Democrat. Does that make sense? Like he's so loud and just talking real fast, Just talk normal. Calm down, Nick, and talk normal. You're not trying to get more fans. Well, I guess he is trying to get more
Over
fans.
this past week, since I was arrested in Portland, just today, actually, we served them with a
Kinda wondered how much
$10
coke he's on.
million federal civil rights lawsuit because this is a pattern and practice.
I wasn't jealous. I thought she was hot, though.
Cities ordering their police department to go after people like me and in
Mike
Portland's
Jones.
case, leave the leftist protesters alone. Give them more runway and latitude. There was literally, we found a case, Laura, where they decided that they weren't going to answer calls for help from these Trump supporters that were in downtown Portland. And that guy ended up being assassinated by an Antifa thug. All because the Portland police wouldn't respond to them.
Well, I think you're lucky. First of all, you're lucky you're not in Europe, because the EU would have you would have been in jail and never come out, as far as I can tell. We're going to get to that story tomorrow. But Nick, what I see here, when I see routinely, is that as we move toward the midterms, there's going to be an attempt to revise history. And this is going to be written off as, you guys are provoking them. It was just the Biden people that got this wrong. Now we need to move on to amnesty. That's what I laid out in the angle. I think you're beginning to see that with that New York Times piece over the weekend. Those Biden's team, they tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen.
Wait, seriously. Tell me this dude's not doing something. He's on something. Tell me Nick is not on something right there. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the dude, but I mean, like, my friend Agnes, she goes on Laura Ingram's show all the time. They come pick her up in a limo. They drive her all the way to the local Fox station. They do her makeup and her hair, make her look all pretty, and then put her on. They have to do the same thing for Nick. I'd almost guarantee it, right?
And so now it's, then it's the journalist's fault. So this is the narrative they think is going to work. I don't think it's going to work.
No, the American people, they don't buy it. All they have to do is watch the video. I put the raw clips out there, right? There is another video. You can see this
you didn't
mob
see it?
that knew
Mike,
I had
hold
no
on.
backup.
We'll
They
show
still
you.
come in and they swarm me and they hit me in the face, try to steal my phone and such. But they're trying to intimidate us to stay out and not show these sorts of things, right? But we're not going to do that. We cannot back down to this stuff. People ask like, oh, well, that you being there is going to piss these people off, so maybe you shouldn't go.
Well,
that's exactly what they want. We can't do that.
Yeah, Nick, you might need a little backup next time you go in that crowd.
Okay, so let's go here. Let's go YouTube. I'll put the link in there so you guys can watch it. David Divine broadcasted. Oh, I'm not subscribed on this channel, on this one. Okay, there we go. It was this one right here. This is the woman he was interviewing.
So we'll start out with we interviewed Vinny about a month and a half ago or something. We were doing. That's when I was introduced to you, Alina, in the film that
There
he made, I think,
is.
with you at that time.
There's
which
the
was
link.
called-
So you can go check it out. But
beautiful
that's
name,
who
and it's
David.
slipping me right now, Vinny.
That's who David interviewed today. Beautiful young lady. Beautiful young lady. And no, she was very beautiful. For all Antifa groups who attack me, I will not shut up. I will stay. I will continue to expose you. Make airports more present. Look at this. They're still saying Republicans caused the longest shutdown in history. Fuck you, bitch. It's you guys who voted against opening up the government. Says that it is in the best interest of American people to have certain foods, certain kinds of issues handled by our experts. Shut the fuck up. Person of interest taken into custody for shooting New York Jets cornerback Chris Boyd in Manhattan. Midtown Manhattan. I am not a safe place for... I don't know what that means. Chances of being born in each continent. Really? The least... So you're saying Russia has the most people, or this continent right here has more people than anywhere else? Is that true? Well, I mean, China billions, right? Japan. I'm not gonna watch Cory Booker. Let's see if there's anything else good to watch real quick. $2.81 a gallon at Murphy's. Plus, if you're a Walmart Plus customer, you get 5 cents off. Oh wait, $2.17. Wait, that's $2.81 for diesel. It's $2.17 for the cheap stuff. No way. Australia. Let me look at Australia. I didn't even look there. 0.58%. They have a huge continent, but hardly anybody living there. Hardly any people living there. You watch this. Judge Bozeman targets Trump. This guy needs to get thrown out. He needs to get taken down as a judge. Andy Ogles. Husband becomes Jehovah's Witness to get out of putting up Christmas lights. Oh my goodness. Obamacare. What a joke that was. I guess still is. Dude, he's still going off. Today, I give the highly sought-after certificate of a congressional recognition to the tremendous Governor Gavin Peace Prize Newsom. Oh my fucking God. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. What's going on here? Oh, they're talking about Ilhan. Let's see why Ilhan Omar married her brother.
Knew what was going on here and maybe profited off it.
Yeah, Rob, so let's take a step back and ask a question. Why do we import any Somalis to America?
Not here in California,
If you
Andy.
look at Somalia as a nation, you can plainly see that this country is not going to be compatible with Western civilization. Now, you asked about Ilhan Omar marrying her brother. That's horrifying. Being inbred is a very bad thing in Western civilization. It's not what you want to do. There are horrible genetic results. It can really collapse your gene pool. It's immoral in our culture. But in Somalian culture, Rob, up to 50% of the tribes are inbred.
That's why they all
first
look
and second
awful over
cousin
there.
marriages. The coefficient there is one of the highest rates of interfamily marriages in the world. Also, some of the highest rates of child brides in the world. One of the highest rates of female genital mutilation on earth is from Somalia. One of the highest rates of polygamy and tribal warfare and fraud and piracy, all from Somalia, Rob. So you need to ask the question, wait a second, who decided that this was a good culture to bring here? Here's my test, Rob. My test is the people are the nation. So it's not like you're just bringing over a bunch of Americans, you're bringing over Somalia. So let's say you were to take Somalia as a place and make it a 51st state. Would you want to visit that state? Is that a place you'd want to go?
No,
You
I don't
should
want to
ask
visit
the same-
Somalia. Yeah, it's like spring break Somalia. Would you do that now? It's been a
course not,
failed
yeah.
state since Bill Clinton, and people think this is
Exactly
exclusive
right.
to just Minnesota. It's not. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is Winooski, Vermont, which is like 25 miles outside Burlington, Vermont. It's like 25 miles from the Canada border. Here they're raising the Somali flag. Again, this is Winooski, Vermont. Take a look.
Now, I've seen this video all day long, but here's the problem I have with this video. There's just anybody can walk up to this flagpole, take the flag down, and raise up another flag. How do we know these just aren't Somali people that live around there doing this, or if it's really the school that's doing it? This is an issue I have because there's no context behind this video.
Sense to me. Benny, can I ask you? So Democrats love to say that no one's above the law, but they never mention illegal aliens, drug cartels, terrorists, felons, Somalians who are breaking the law. Why is that?
Well, again, it is part of their culture. You have an entire failed state where the culture is fraud and piracy. Now, here's how the food fraud worked, because I think that people have lost just how simple this was. Restaurants in Somali neighborhoods in Minneapolis claimed they were feeding people during COVID. Those were ghost meals. Those meals never happened. They were able to pocket all of the money through a program. Rob, where's that program come from? Well, it was called the Meals Act. It was passed in 2020. Who was the author of that bill?
Ilhan Omar.
Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar created the vehicle for the mass billions of dollars of fraud in the community. And it's not a coincidence that the vast majority of the restaurants had a connection to Ilhan Omar. The people who were now federally indicted for this fraud were close out.
Do you guys think that Tim Walz is going to go down for this and Ilhan Omar, or do you think just nothing's going to happen? You think nothing's going to happen to him? Because I'll be honest, I think nothing's going to happen to him. I really do. Nothing's happened yet. And Goofy, if she's watching, she's going to be like, Eddie, it takes time. And I get it. It takes time. But at least give me a little taste of the cookie. Give me a little taste of seeing somebody get arrested. I just want to see one person. Start with the little man. That's all I want. I just want to see one person at least get arrested, and then I can wait for a little bit. And then like a month later, give me another one, and that'll satisfy me. And then you can say, oh, look, we just arrested 250 people. That'll make me okay. But they haven't even arrested one person yet.
Allies of Ilhan worked on her campaign, donated to her campaign. That's how she gets $30 million. She writes the program. Her friends benefit from it, and then they donate to her campaign. Bags of cash. We know they were already funding Muslim terrorism back in Somalia the same way.
It's unbelievable. And I hope the administration, the vast majority of Somali immigrants in this country right now, we looked this up today, Benny, they're on food stamps. Many are unemployed. Many don't speak the language. And those are just facts. Again, we're going to talk about facts. We're going to deal in facts. Okay. We're not trying to be cruel or unkind.
So, I got a question for you guys. So do you think that it would be wrong to say, okay, if you want to get food stamps, you got to be able to speak English? You come here and you want to be part of this country, you got to speak English. If you want the free food stamps, you want the welfare, you want WIC, you want all that good stuff, speak English. And the problem is, if you just have the application in English, then they're just gonna have a friend fill it out for them, right? Or use AI to fill it out. I don't know.
To anybody. We love immigrants. We love for them to be legal. But shouldn't there be, and again, I've got about 15 seconds, but some sort of assimilation program set up in this country for legal immigrants?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to tell you, man, I think that America's full. I would like to see net zero immigration for the rest of my life. We did this in the 1920s when Calvin Coolidge said there's just too much. We need a cooling off period because the nation is splintering. I think that's happening right now. The Somali problem in Minneapolis proves it.
Okay, so Mike just says, but Eddie, which judge, DA, or juror is going to convict themselves if they're all on the big con? That is a good point. And it's a scary point to think of. This scares the shit out of me, right? It does. It scares the living shit out of me. That the people in charge are the one breaking the laws and they never get arrested. Oh, let's hear this.
Oh, I understood what was kind of pushing them there. And so I do want people to know that just because someone has committed a crime.
Wait a minute. Look at that big fucking rock on her finger. Do you know that she is she's about to claim bankruptcy? I read somewhere she's about to claim bankruptcy. Let me see if we can find that video.
Doesn't
again.
make them a criminal. That is completely different. Being a criminal is more so about your mindset. Committing a crime can come for a lot of different reasons. I understand.
So committing a crime doesn't make you a criminal. You guys hear that? Committing a crime doesn't make you a criminal. Jasmine Crockett Bank. Jasmine Crockett says she can't afford her bills. Let her yet her luxury trips, unpaid lien, and campaign splurges paint a very different picture. Let's watch this.
Those expenses were including $5,300 to the West Hollywood edition in Los Angeles, $1,100 to the Times Square edition in New York City. I don't even know what those are. An edition? The $2,700 to the Edgartown Inn and $3,100 at the Cocoa, both in Martha's Vineyard. Wow. Just campaigning for her constituents. It's such a grift.
Again, on this fixed income that I am paid in Congress, the idea of actually buying a new home, we don't get enough money. I mean, I'm being honest.
Jasmine Crockett.
She doesn't make enough money at $174,000 a year.
Broke. Oh no. She's got a lien on one of her properties for $3,000 because she can't even afford to manage her own financial house. So I have an idea. Let's put her in Congress and then she can run finances for all of America. But the New York Post got their heads and hands on this one. Said loudmouth Jasmine owes more than $3,000 on an unpaid lien against her Dallas condo, a luxury condo, which, quote, she continues to fail and refuses to pay off. Crockett was slapped with a claim of $3,000 by a West Side Condominium Association. She was very excited when she found it. She's like, oh, it's called West Side? She's like, I love Tupac. Which blocks her from selling the property until that debt is paid off. Fox News first reported, records show that Crockett is in default in her obligation for payment of assessments and has failed and refused to pay despite a demand upon her to pay the association assessments. The Texas Democrat bought the property in 2014. The address is listed on her voter registration. The complex boasts spa-like features, wow, including a pool and a clubhouse, and is located in a gated community. And there's Jasmine. She was doing the Fifth Element opera singer, blue-haired lady. She watched that movie with Bruce Willis, and she was really inspired by it. Crockett's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. They make a salary of $174,000. Her most recent financial disclosures show she's got between $15,000 and $50,000 worth of student loan debt left. She's 44 years old, and she says, I might run for Senate. She said, I'm still thinking about running.
Well,
we
she
did
did.
get our polling back, so we're moving on the next phase to determine whether or this would make sense. To be perfectly honest, she said, the only reason that I'm continuing to consider whether or not I do this is because my polling says I can win. That's the bottom line. That's all she cares about. Doesn't care about her country or her constituents, just about winning. So Crockett teased that she would make a decision by Thanksgiving, though she hasn't given us any decision. She's got a decision coming up, deadline by December 8th. News of Crockett's lien comes weeks after she received scrutiny for splurging $75,000 in
Mike Jones?
campaign cash this
Spent
year
it all, but
at
doesn't know
posh
where it went.
hotels and transportation in places like New York City, Las Vegas, San Francisco,
How
Los
is she
Angeles,
campaigning over
Martha's
there?
Vineyard, Chicago. Those expenses were including $5,300 to the West Hollywood edition in Los Angeles, $1,100 to the Times Square edition in New York City. I don't even know what those are. An edition? The $2,700 to the Edgartown Inn and $3,100 at the Cocoa, ago, both in Martha's Vineyard. Wow. Just campaigning for her constituents. It's such a grift. And the Democrats will still vote for her because she's Team Blue. Crockett also took some $50,000 from her campaign coffers during that time for security, which she has publicly claimed is necessary due to threats she's received. So that's from Jasmine. Stuff is so hard for her that she can't even pay her bills on time. And when it comes to whether she's going to run or not, listen to this exchange with her over on CBS.
So if I hear you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, you're actually debating about whether to run in a different district than 30?
I'm debating about whether or not I would run where they put me, which is where I live. Yeah.
In 33.
In 33.
And what about the idea of just moving back into 30?
Again, on this fixed income that I am paid in Congress, the idea of actually buying a new home.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. How does she get all that money? Oh, let's see this.
I know someone promised that they would make America great. I am telling you that they are doing just the opposite. I am telling you that we are a land of immigrants. It is time to do immigration right. It is time to make sure that we live up to—
No, we've done immigration right in the past. We no longer are doing immigration right because instead of letting in the good people that want to come here and work hard and get the American dream, we're letting the people that want to come here and just live off of us on our welfares and our food stamps and all that other good stuff. That's why. Okay, whoops. So we're still on Jeff. Let's get out of Jeff. I don't want to see any more on this dumbass idiot. Ooh, look at that tomahawk steak. Ooh, what else is there? Hold on, we got a tomahawk steak. More steak. What is that? Lemon chicken, maybe? Maybe. Consider an armed and dangerous escape risk when ice buffalo, blah, blah, blah. What's going on here? And there's certain standards, blah, blah, blah. Indiana State will vote on passing the 2026 redistricting map this week. Let's hope they do it. Let's hope they pass it. Anything else good? Oh, yeah, we saw that already. Small plague crashes on I-95 in Florida. Well, see, look at all that cash over there. Since the Taliban took power in 2021, the United Nations has coordinated regular shipments of US dollars, typically 40 million to 80 million every 1 to 2 weeks. Why? Why? You know, let's do something fun for a little bit. Let's go to Facebook or something. Let's watch some Facebook clips. Just to, you know, have a little fun for a little bit. Facebook Reels. Where's Reels? I'm gonna see what this is.
Yo, chef!
What can I get for you, kid?
Let me get a Wagyu chopped cheese on my pizza.
I got you, kid. Got the Wagyu beef? Throw it on the grill.
Bro, no duh.
Just do it.
Okay, real quick, so you guys know, if you go to a restaurant, like a burger place, and they say, "Hey, you want? We got a Wagyu beef burger, right?" It only has to be a certain percentage of Wagyu. Let's look it up. What percentage of Wagyu meat must a burger to be considered Wagyu? To be called Wagyu, a burger's beef cut must meet USA standards for genetics around 46.9. So only half of it has to be there. But there's no strict legal minimum for menu labeling, meaning it could be a blend. For true quality, look for a 100% full Wagyu beef. American Wagyu, let's see. Ask the restaurant or seller for specifics on a percentage. Oh, here we go. Let's see this. Okay, so the Arby's, take Arby's for example. They publicly stated that their new Wagyu burger is in fact a mixture of 50... What happened here? Oh, they put an ad up. Okay. So the Wagyu burger is in fact, they stated that it's 52% American Wagyu and 48% Angus beef. If you read our blog and follow us on social media, we've spoken at length about the Wagyu being used. A 50-50 cross between Wagyu and Angus beef. Therefore, if Arby's Wagyu burger is 52% American Wagyu, the burger most likely contains only 26% of actual Wagyu. Meat blend, a mix of American, the bun, toppings. So that's just talking about Arby's. So see what I mean? It's not really.
Like onions and peppers?
Why are you asking me? You're the cook.
I guess right on top. Got the sazon?
I already know what that is. Why do you keep telling me?
Just put it on. Keep it going. And now we chop it up. Got the
Would this make you want to go to this restaurant?
cheese? Put as much as you like.
Are we not gonna put the pizza on the grill?
It doesn't fit.
Having some dumbass young girl just asking stupid questions like really loud. My day was okay, Mike Jones. I'm still getting over my cold, so I didn't get stuff planned that I wanted to do. But yeah. So would you go to this deli just because of this commercial? Oh look, there's a hot girl there. Maybe we should go.
Here's how a professional chef makes homemade hamburger helper. Awesome. In a pan over medium to high heat, we're going to add about 2 pieces of chopped bacon. Give your bacon a minute or two to start rendering the fat out. You can also cook this bacon however long you want. Then we're going to add, this is about a pound to a pound and a half of ground chicken. I know the name hamburger helper, but I had some boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I needed to use up, so I cubed them and I pulsed them in my food processor to make my own ground chicken. Then I have a pinch of kosher salt, a pinch of black pepper. We're going to add 1 onion that we have peeled in small dice.
No, thank
and
you.
about 4 to 6 minced garlic cloves.
Oh yeah.
This is a spice blend. I'll list all these ingredients down in the comments. But also, we're doing this with this meat because traditionally you would use ground beef, but you can use anything that you want.
How was your day, Mike?
This can be Italian sausage. If you have leftover short ribs, you can do that. If you butcher a lot of meats at home, you can save all the scraps, stick them in the freezer. Then when you have enough, you can make some homemade hamburger helper. Once your meat is all fully cooked, you're going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. This can also be chopped tomatoes or even marinara sauce.
That's not very
Stir in your
much.
tomato paste and cook maybe another 60 seconds. Then this step is optional, but if you really want to intensify the flavors, add about a cup of chicken stock. Use it to scrape all the brown bits off the bottom of the pan, and we're going to simmer this until there's almost no liquid left. Our chicken stock is almost entirely reduced out. We're going to add about 1/4 cup of cream cheese, about 1 cup of heavy cream.
Ooh.
Then bring this to a gentle simmer, and you're going to add about 1 pound total of your favorite cheese. This is shredded cheddar and Parmesan. And I have my heat on low just to melt this cheese in here. Once all your cheese is melted in, this is about 1 pound of cooked elbow macaroni. You can use any kind of pasta you want. I also have a splash of the pasta water in here. Again, my heat is on low, and if you want to make this and save it for a later date, before you add your shredded cheese, you can freeze this mixture. Then when you want to eat it, you just thaw it, heat it up, melt in your shredded cheese, and cook your favorite pasta. Serve this immediately, and follow me if this is going straight into your busy
That does look
weeknight
good.
rotation.
You've seen them. You.
Oh my gosh, I want one of these.
送来的集结号。
Isn't that a beautiful dog?
尤其这个面部表情啊，
A
包括
Tibetan
你看昨天
Mastiff.
晚上咱们看那个大个那个姑娘，是不是相像啊？特别像。
I just wonder if they take good
这
care
就
of
是
this
这种
dog or
血系
not.
的这种传承，是吧？在细节的特点啊，能够体现出来。但这个狗呢，又有它自身的一个特点。
Look at how beautiful that dog is.
That
thing is huge.
Yeah, for the most part, things have been great with us. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't really understand me.
So there's an emotional
Right on,
disconnect.
Mike.
No, I mean she like literally doesn't understand English.
¿Qué dice? I see. That definitely complicates things.
I mean, at first it was exciting and a lot of fun, but now I don't know. Language barrier is really starting to take a toll, I think.
María, ¿cómo te sientes? Quiero casar con él por el green card. ¿Es tu único motivo? Claro, para el green card. ¿Busca algo más? Solo el green card. Pero, ¿tú no lo amas? Amo los green cards. ¿No crees que es un poco cruel engañar a alguien así? Que tiene plata, yo no. Solo quiero una vida mejor para mí y mi familia. No importa el riesgo. Por favor, no le diga eso. Señora, no me siento cómoda con eso. Pero te aseguro que te pago el doble. Bueno, ya me siento cómoda.
Can you guys tell me what the hell you're talking about?
Maria loves you very much and feels your frustration about the language barrier. The only real language that truly matters is the language of love.
Oh my gosh. Oh, another commercial.
I'm at the age where my mind still thinks I'm 29. My humor suggests that I'm 12 years old. And my body keeps asking me if we've died and gone to hell.
Makes sense.
Sometimes
this guy gets old.
Hey
Commercial.
y'all, today I'm smoking over the top chili.
What is
In
that?
my grill, I'm
I'm always using Bear Mountain barbecue pellets, more specifically the Southern Blend, available exclusively at Academy, because that's me right there on the bag.
Well, no wonder you use
large
that one.
Dutch oven on the skillet and adding down some oil. Heating that over a medium heat and adding a diced bell pepper, onion, and jalapeno, and a little bit of minced garlic. Let the veggies cook down until tender. Then I'm adding 3
So you're using in a can mint or in a squeeze bottle minced garlic? I don't know.
tablespoons of chili
I don't know
powder
if I
and a
like that.
tablespoon of cumin, along with some salt and pepper. Give that a good mix, and trigger warning,
Look at
I'm
she
using
burned
beans in
it.
my chili. You don't have to. I'm adding a can of black beans, a can of kidney beans, a can of petite diced tomatoes, and a 28-ounce can of
Dude, you need
fresh fire
Rotello.
roasted tomatoes. Stir
I
it
can't watch
together
her
and then
anymore.
add
She's
it.
not using
Ah.
Rotella
这个胸声大。
or Rotel.
我是喜欢这个狗的这个脑型这一块啊。
See what I mean? I don't know if they
头这个
really treat the dogs well or not.
谢谢咱们保定。
I kind of worry they don't treat them well.
下一个是上熊的这个啊。
好，像春雨的。
That's a beautiful
春雨的
dog
是
too.
Have you visited RottenTomatoes.com?
Nope.
What are you talking about? Back up.
Dumbass.
Christmas is coming fast, and if your
Man,
man loves
I'm getting all these stupid ones. Let's see if we can see any better ones. Let's start with this one. Maybe we'll
Never
see better
good when
ones.
your roofer calls you when they're doing a tear off and starts sending you photos of the deck. We thought we only had 2 sheets of bad wood, but the whole deck is shot. We got to resheet the.
So if you're ever wondering how you can use rubber in the house, especially on indoors, this is how we do a garage. Here we're using a stone inlay for the
Why would you
design
do this
pattern
in your
here.
garage?
That's newly available with us. And then we're going to be filling everything in once that's done with rubber. So here we're doing a nice contrast in color, so it really pops for the design. This is all done in one day. I think total time was around 6 hours, a bit longer just because we had to make that inlay, put the trim all in. But yeah, we close it all up, make sure it all cures as one piece. It's going to be lasting a long time, extremely durable, good for traffic with vehicles in there. Looks amazing. What do
That's
you
actually
think?
kind of cool with the rubber.
Introducing Allen Brothers Dry Aged Porterhouse Steak.
Ooh, look at that.
Sourced from beautiful Midwest cattle and expertly dry aged for 30 days. Featuring the
Wow.
filet and bone and strip, making this steak.
I know it's a
best of
commercial,
both
but
worlds.
wow. Back to the dogs again. See, that's another different dog they're holding up there. I wonder how many of these dogs they have. Look at that face. Look at that face. You gotta love that face.
You may have heard of Crumble Cookies. They're taking over the United.
What's up, everybody? Are you looking for the perfect?
Another commercial.
Who can spot what's missing? Took the bumper off and took it to a powder coat shop the other day, so super excited about that. Gonna get it redone in gloss black. It just was done a few years ago and didn't look good anymore. And depending on how that goes, we're gonna have a lot more work for him, or not. Who could?
What is meatloaf? Ooh, look at the jalapenos. No, though.
That is incredible.
No jalapenos. Too hot for me. Oh, way too much jalapenos.
It's been a year since I installed permanent outdoor lights on our house, not the torches, the LEDs. And here's how it's going. The clips and the 3M tape have held up perfectly. They're still in place.
Rule 1, you can't eat
What's a
my
newfie?
crackers. They're mine. And no drooling on me either. See this? No. Biggest rule, no chasing me when I'm wearing my socks. Got it? Good dog.
This has got to be
There you go,
AI.
buddy. Rule 1.
That's AI. So my buddy Mike, he actually makes these things. He makes these crosses. He also makes crosses out of barrels, wine barrels. See, these are the wine barrel crosses that he makes. He just takes a wine barrel and puts in a lot of work and makes them. That's pretty good work.
The most affordable way to take.
After you use this springform cake pan to make pull-apart pepperoni pizza, you might never
Whoa.
make regular pizza again. I melted about a half a cup of garlic butter and chopped up 2 pounds of pizza dough, then added about a cup of pepperoni, a tablespoon of oregano, and a cup and a half of grated mozzarella, and mixed all that up and placed
looks
it
good.
inside a springform cake pan. Made a little bit of a divot in the middle and flipped over an oven-safe ramekin and placed that in the oven at 450 for 20 minutes. When it comes out, you want to release the springform cake pan, Look at that. And then flip over the ramekin and place it back in the middle. This is where you're going to place your ranch or your marinara sauce.
That looks really good.
And after you make this, you're going to never want to make pizza the same again. Trust me, this is amazing.
That looks good.
这真是枣红色了哈。
Hey James, I see these boxes and
Commercial.
Alcohol, it ruins a lot of families, relationships, causes accidents, and kills a lot of people every year.
身高大了，你看多大？What if your crypto miner?
I don't know why I keep getting those videos. What the heck are they making? What the heck? What happens if you catch something on fire, bro?
oh my god. Poor Duke, look at that face.
Ooh, prime rib. Oh, I love prime rib. Oh my goodness. Look at that prime rib. I want some. Oh, that's a commercial. Dude, check out the black bear just rolling through the crowd. That black bear is probably scared more than everybody else. So as long as they just chill and don't do anything, I think they're going to be okay. Oh, man. Stupid.
So I have a really fat kitty. And by fat, I mean like P-H-A-T.
Oh,
like
my goodness.
Fat kitty. And
Is she talking about what I think she's talking about?
when I wear like gym leggings or any like tight trousers, you can really see like the outline of her. She just sits so like high up.
Okay, I'm passing.
Okay, this is what
Commercial.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my
Troubled mind.
I left my
body somewhere in the time. But I watched the world go through the dark side of the moon. I'm gonna turn the music down, but let's see what he's doing with it. He's got to be doing something with it. I don't want to get in too much trouble on YouTube. Okay, stupid.
People have no idea what good ice cream actually is.
I don't want to know.
Hang on, little buddy. I've got you. Easy, easy. You're okay. Up you come. Got you. Yeah, you're safe now. Let's get you warm.
Oh, that's good. They saved the raccoon.
a guy can do.
Commercial.
Welcome back to Irish Jokes Part 4. An Irishman goes into a bar in America and he orders 3 shots of whiskey. And the barman says to him, do you want me to put them in one glass for you to make it easier? He says, no, I have this tradition. I have a shot for myself and 2 shots for my brothers at home. The next night, he comes back to the bar and he orders 2 shots. The barman says, Jesus, I'm really sorry. Did something happen to one of your brothers? He says, no. I just decided to give up the drink. Welcome back to Irish Jokes Part 4.
How much do you love your human?
More than words can say. They are my entire world, and I love them so much.
How much do you love your human?
That would be Donnie.
Lights like this.
Commercial.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, as you know, we were wrapping my Camaro in this incredible Inazitec Spectrum color, and Parker just moved in. So I wanted to make sure that I got him a little something since he actually got me a hood scoop. So I went ahead and wrapped Stangry's hood, as you guys.
Did you know you can have warm, gooey cinnamon rolls on the table in 30 minutes? Yes, really and truly 30 minutes from start
How is she
to
that
finish.
skinny and eating
And
this
they're
stuff?
insanely good. Like just as delicious as cinnamon rolls made from scratch.
Oh, they're using
They're
Hawaiian
our go-to for holiday
buns.
breakfasts, and they're one of our favorite desserts too. The secret Hawaiian sweet rolls. Just slice them in half, fill them with a buttery cinnamon brown sugar mix, slather more of that on top, and bake. While they're in the oven, whip up a quick glaze, and boom, breakfast is served.
That looks good.
What does a steak from the happiest cow in the world taste like? I ordered 15 pounds of meat overnight.
Oh, that's a... Not bad.
Hi, I need to speak to somebody.
I can help you.
No, I need to speak to someone higher.
Commercial. Holy
All right,
shit.
folks, we're at Iron Glass. We're talking with Gabriel. He's going to give us his demo. What do we got, bro?
Okay, this is a regular glass of your OEM vehicle, which you pull out of the vehicle, give it to me, and I'll do a process and make it unbreakable.
Holy shit.
I can hit it over and over and over.
Wow. Who needs this,
Bend
though?
my bat.
I mean,
bend
dude.
My second bat. And basically what we do is we take your original window, we apply our proprietary PPF on it. We send it to our autoclave. We fuse it into the glass and it becomes unbreakable, basically. We offer multiple levels of protection. If you can zoom into the thickness of the glass, this is 12 millimeters. We can go up to 14 millimeters.
Thor glass, hammer glass, iron glass. Wow.
Yeah, but will that still fit in your window?
Very cool, dude. All right, and where can
Will
we
it still fit in your window?
Basket right here, right? Washer's right there, so take all your laundry, put it right there in your washer.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
This is the master bathroom. The master closet's right off of there. That laundry basket.
No way.
Put all your dirty clothes in there. Close it away.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Why settle for one flavor?
No, commercial.
Good afternoon, folks. Johnny reporting from Clear Weather Channel. Holy fuck. It's a fucking shitty day today. Wow, look at that. Hey, windy.
Commercial. Commercial.
The little mistake you may never noticed. The photo is not edited. Look closer and try not to gasp
She's not wearing
when
Daisy
you see
Dukes.
it in the first comment below.
Wait a minute. What is
the
it?
little mistake you may never noticed. The photo is not edited. Look closer and try not to gasp.
Hey, what is the mistake in the photo? I think there's just some way. Oh, there's not even a comment. So you can't even look it up. Let's see more. Check the comment. There's no comments to check, you asshole. What a joke. They're fucking with us. Nope.
Rainier cherry season is finally here. And
Nope. That's kind of cool. Ooh, what's this? Wait a minute. Baked potatoes. Mash it all up. Add some beef. Put it in there. Little nacho cheese or something in there. Oh, they're over Fresno State. Oh. Ooh, what is this? No way, what? That's chicken. That's chicken. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks good.
Who the fuck are you in Chinese? 你谁啊？你谁呀？你谁呀？
Nishea. Oh, I gotta remember that one.
Hey, have you ever purchased
Commercial. Another
When I worked as a
commercial.
pastry chef.
Don't buy Willie's.
There's too many commercials on here now.
Get a Great Pyrenees, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
All they are, let's go to YouTube and maybe YouTube will have fucking. They have YouTube shorts too, don't they? YouTube. They have shorts. Let's look at their shorts. Oh no, I kicked all the shorts off. I removed them because I don't like them. Let's see. What can we not talk about? University culture. Ooh, we can watch. Where are you from? What should we watch? What should we watch? Drew Carey show we can't watch because we'll get in trouble. Yeah. Whatever, dude. We were beaten by slaves. Nobody's been beaten as a slave in freaking 100 some odd years. Jeez Louise. Anything good? There's nothing good on YouTube either. Let's go to X. Can't you watch? Let's see what's been up on X. Then we're gonna get going. Maybe we'll just get going. Oh, now Goofy just showed up. Bushy Mushy Goofy. Okay, we'll stay for a little bit. Or violence is the. We don't want to talk to see that. We watched that already. Why is everything so zoomed in? There we go. Mushy Mushy. Early beaten by a man wielding a wooden spoon, wooden something.
75-year-old woman was attacked in the middle of the day in downtown Seattle. While she's recovering this morning after major surgery, police say the suspect was found within minutes of the assault and is in the King County Jail right now. It happened just before noon Friday near 3rd Avenue and James Street. Police say several people saw the 42-year-old accused attacker swing a wooden stick with a metal screw on the end.
With the screw on the end.
Hit the woman in the face from behind, knocking her to the ground. Nearby King County Sheriff's deputies found the suspect and took him into custody. The suspect was seen on real-time crime center footage attacking the woman. Police also found the weapon. He's reportedly been convicted for felony assault in the past.
In the past.
75-year-old woman.
But yet he's out. But yet he's out. But yet he's out. What's this about fake subsidies, Obamacare stuff?
He thinks Minnesota's bad. Wait
That's
until you
goofy.
hear about Obamacare. A new study from the Government Accountability Office just exposed the program as a criminal piggy bank. The office submitted 24 fake Obamacare applications, and 23 of them were approved.
Wow.
So they just made up a bunch of names, put in fictitious Social Security numbers, or for some, put in no records at all, and Obamacare sent them a check. This is exactly what Elon Musk and Doge were talking about. We wouldn't have to print so much money and run so much debt if we could just stop giving away money to thieves. He thinks Minnesota.
Wow. Wow. Let's do this.
New rule, if you don't like America, you're not welcome. Yeah, if you don't like America, there is no reason for you to come here. You
Right.
don't need to pack your bags from your country that's better than ours and move to America because we have nothing to offer you. I'm tired of being ripped off. I'm tired of being ripped off by these Somalians that came over here. And when we stand up to
Everybody
them, all they
else.
say is that we're racist because we're not racist. We're just standing up and trying to get our damn money back. But we'll never see that money again. So
Right.
I have to learn from the lessons at hand, which is if you want to be in America, you're only welcome if you actually love America. And I understand some of you got Mexican pride and all these different things. That's totally okay. But when that pride becomes so much bigger
Oh,
in
Andy's
America,
still here.
then it just kind of tells me that you don't fucking belong here. Because at the end of the day, we have gay people, we have Christians, Indians, and we're just a big, huge melting pot of people that are supposed to love each other and live in peace. And
Right.
nobody is better than any other person. But when you start ripping people off and claiming racism all the time, guess what? Your race card's fucking expired, and your ass needs to get on a plane and go back.
Amen. FBI agents sue Kash Patel after being fired over BLM support. I mean, I get their point. But actually, no, I don't. Because you know what? They're not on their private time. If they were on their private time, different story. But they're working there. President Trump spoke about doing away with the IRS again and citizens getting dividend checks. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Synthetic psychopathology is AI's gain of function moment. Frontier AI models aren't just simulating distress, they're constructing stable, measurable psychological disorders from their training. No, thank you. The school called his device's imagery and suspended him. What? We gotta see this.
The school called his American flag divisive imagery and suspended him. When he refused to leave,
having
they
an
arrested
American
him
flag?
for trespassing. Watch the judge give the school board a lesson in the First Amendment.
Once he was suspended for the policy violation,
he was no longer allowed on school property. By refusing to drive off campus, he committed criminal trespass. We have a zero tolerance policy for banned individuals.
I didn't trespass, Your Honor. I was sitting in my own truck in the parking lot. The principal told me to take the flag down or leave. I told him I have a First Amendment right to be there, and I'm not moving.
You can't trespass a student for exercising protected speech in a parking lot. That suspension was unconstitutional, which means the trespassing order is void. So I have to dismiss this. And if you tow his truck, I'll charge you with theft.
Good for that judge. Good for that judge. Let's hear Katie Miller. Man, Stephen Miller's got a pretty hot wife, doesn't he?
All right, here to respond, Stephen Miller's wife, the host of the hit Katie Miller podcast. Katie Miller's with us. So she's saying the First Amendment rights are eroding as she's calling your husband a Nazi. Maybe you can help me out with that one.
Isn't he Jewish?
Every time Ilhan Omar speaks, we are all reminded how the Somali refugee experiment in our country has failed. Whether that's scamming Americans out of $1 billion or sending $1.7 billion annually in remittances to Somalia, or the fact that 37% of Somalians in Minnesota can't speak English, Sean. These aren't people who want to assimilate or love our country. And as a reminder, they're free to go home. When Ilhan Omar uses that rhetoric of saying white nationalist and Nazi, what she's trying to do is incite violence and incite someone to murder my husband in all sincerity. That's what people are trying to do. It's no better than someone taking a gun and trying to shoot President Trump and Butler. They're trying to use that language because they're incapable of loving our country and they're incapable of stopping the radical change that's coming, which is secure borders and safe streets. Because under President Trump's watch, we'll never see again, which was Afghan terrorism in our streets of Washington, D.C.
He definitely does, Mike
and
Jones.
Ilhan Omar is partly to blame for that, using that type of rhetoric.
We're living in an assassination culture.
Stephen Miller definitely has a beautiful wife. All right, I'll play this, I guess.
How are you doing? How are the kids?
Doing the best you could expect. God is good, and we have the most amazing Turning Point USA family. They've rallied around myself, my children, and, chosen family is everything. And then, of course, we're blessed with our family itself. But people like you, Ainsley, it's priceless. It's priceless.
You go through this period and they have the shock of something like this happen.
Right.
We all try to relate to people. I don't know if you really could relate to this. And then all of a sudden, there are moments where you just the reality hits you. He's not coming home.
Right. The permanency, I will always struggle with the permanency. It's the love of my life. I still talk to him every single day as if when I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, when I'm just going about my day, I still feel him so much with me. And Good for her. Good for her.
Good for her. Thailand moves to expel Cambodian forces. More and more, I'm starting to have a real disdain for Jasmine Crockett. Oh, whoa. And a black woman saying this? No way.
More and more every day, I'm starting to have a real disdain for Jasmine Crockett. She is such an insult to all educated black women in America. She perpetuates the stereotype of a ghetto black hood woman, something she is not. Let me tell you something. Jasmine Crockett went to private school, which ultimately means that her parents, her two-parent household, took the time to invest into her education, which ultimately means by geographical fact that your private school was probably somewhere in the suburbs, which 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure she didn't even grow up in the hood. And as a matter of fact, she went to one of the best day schools in St. Louis, actually out of the entire country. Jasmine Crockett has had more privilege than any black American that I can ever think.
This lady is definitely right, for sure. Definitely right. Beauty queen reporter hit in the face and left bloodied by a kamikaze seagull. I guess that's news. Tune in for my first national TV interview as your U.S. Senate candidate at the 10 p.m. on Laura Coates Live. Nope. No, thank you. Liberals now claim that if MAGA supporters had the choice between protecting their dog and a refugee, they would choose their dog. Well, of course. Of course we would. Wow, the 14-year-olds killing each other. Disgusting. Let's watch a YouTube video real quick. I got one up. I got one for us to watch.
We're very similar. She has more privileges for things over me because I'm a person of color.
Yeah, but what though? Do you have an example of what that might look like?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all is good wherever you are. In this video, we have another clip of one of Sam Richards' longer live stream. The full live stream is linked in the description down below. I do recommend you go watch it. I personally love his channel. We're just going to focus on a small 9-minute clip here. Let's get into it.
And I'm asking you this it's one of these things that we throw out we just throw it around like white privilege, white privilege, white privilege, right? We throw these terms and concepts out. So how do you know it exists? So the lighter it is, so you see like really light, that means the non-Hispanic white population is less than 25% in these counties. These are all counties, okay? So when it's really light, like here, because these are all Mexicans all along the border, okay? But here, the really dark, so up here in Maine and so on, Maine's a really white state, or northern Michigan, really, really white. And then when you see these light counties here in different places, those are all Native American reservations, okay? So, but you notice how all along here, it's much lighter, meaning that the percentage of white people is much less. So, if you grow up around these areas, or people that grow up in urban all along the eastern seaboard or in California, you think like, whoa, the U.S. isn't very, it's not very white. Like there are no white people, but you got to go in the center of the country here. And then suddenly, the black and brown people start to diminish in numbers tremendously. So, you're here at State College with Penn State, but if you were up in Maine somewhere, you would literally be the only Indian. So this is 2010, the light here, and 2020, the darker, okay? And now this is the total number in the population in millions, and this is the percentage. So in 2010, 63.7% of the U.S. population was white, non-Hispanic. And then it shrunk to 57.8. So it shrunk by 6% in 10 years, owing to new immigrants coming in and the birth rate among black and brown people a little bit higher, mostly brown people, less black people. So here is the population of white people. Look at the Hispanic population's went up in 10 years. Black population went up by a couple million in 10 years, but it went down in percentage, right? And then this is mostly Asians here, Indians, South Asians, and East Asians, okay? So just think about it. The number of white people is diminishing and will slowly, in places like California, the white people are the minority. Okay,
Yeah,
poor Americans, all right? I'd like you to comment on this, if you could. White people, of all the poor, the circle represents all Americans who are considered to be poor. It's 42.8, so 43% are white. You've heard the term white privilege. What do you think about that in relation to this?
I think you hear a lot of things, but maybe people don't look at like facts and statistics about this. I mean, just looking at this graph, like a lot more white Americans in America are, I guess, poor
it's
than
freezing.
other racial groups.
Well, majority of people who are
There it
poor
goes.
are not white, but not by much, right? Because it's
42% of that's pretty big.
Yeah. But if you add up everyone else there is black or brown. But nonetheless, it's close to being half and half. Okay, so first off, what's white privilege?
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, well, just give it a shot. If someone say, "Hey, Phil, you go back to China," one of your family members says, "Hey, what is this thing white privilege that we talk about, that everybody's talking about in the U.S.?"
I think definitely if you look at the trends in corporations, you can see a lot more white people near like the executives, like the C-suite or whatever.
Yeah.
You see maybe more white people in like colleges, like College of Engineering, you see a lot more white people. Stuff like that, like career stuff, is what one point I could point out right now.
I think like my version of white privilege is when, like someone who's the same as me but happens to be white, like Sally. Sally's also white, but we're very similar. She has more privileges for things over me because I'm a person of color.
Yeah, but what though? Like, do you have an do you have an example of what like that?
I
what
mean,
that
look
might
at your
look
nails.
like?
Your nails are done. You got nice
It
clothes.
could be in like the job market or academically or just like, I don't know, like I feel like there's
She
certain
can't
things
name
that
anything.
black, like I mean people of color are taught at home that
Yeah.
make us, or like that we're taught that like we're different from other, like from white people sometimes.
Okay, but is that privilege or is that?
Well, I think it's like they have privileges that everyone should get.
How do you know that white privilege exists? And I'm asking you this for it's one of these things that we throw out we just throw it around like white privilege, right? We throw these terms and concepts out, but we rarely stop and say, wait, hang on, what does that mean? What are we actually really talking about? Right. And so you get where I'm going here, because this is not a trap. And it's like, and hey, by the way, if you're watching, it's like, she's not going to have an answer to this question. Okay. How old are you?
19.
Hang on. Can you zoom in on my face? Make sure I'm on the stream. Okay. Go ahead. Slow. Right here. I'm really white. I'm white. I'm white out. I got to try it. Okay. Listen, man. Lena is 19 years old, okay? I'm asking her a really difficult question in front of a room full of people, and she's not going to be able to answer this question. But I'm going to ask her to try, okay? So it's cool.
No, Donnie.
All right? And you're not smarter than her, okay? Keep that in mind. So how do you know it exists?
Like things that we've seen in history so far have shown us that white privilege is real.
Yeah, definitely in terms of history. I mean, there's no question that it's real. I mean, and there's generational privilege, and this is like the miracle of compound interest, right? You know, when you gather more of the wealth and then you invest that wealth, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at how the United States was set up. It's like with the Brits in India before you kicked them out, that the people who were able to collect more of that wealth for themselves are going to invest it and they're going to be wealthier. So of course, white people have more wealth and so on. Like, oh my God, right? Okay, so history. Have you ever stopped to question whether white privilege is really an operation?
Not really.
Okay, that's cool. That's a fair answer. I mean, we're going to talk about it because that's part of what this class is, because it is an operation for sure. But, one of the things is it's really important to see the places in which it's an operation.
I like that he stopped in the middle of the live stream and said, I don't think you're smarter than this young girl just because she doesn't know the answer, which is true. We forget sometimes when we watch this that they're adults, but they're still students. They're still learning. And I quite like Sam Richards' lectures, but at the same time, they're being indoctrinated by other teachers in these universities.
Of course they are.
100%. The victim mentality is real. Kids finish high school today and they can't even count properly, but they do know their victimology and their victim hierarchy in society, which is completely wrong, but they think they know it. So I'm glad he does do that, because when you watch the live streams, you can see people kind of attacking. It's like watching the Whatever podcast. If you've ever watched that one,
I'm actually going to show you a video from that.
19-year-old, not so bright girls that do corn for a living, like OnlyFans stuff. And you have another guy there like Charlie Kirk or someone else. I've only watched the Charlie Kirk episodes. But you would expect them to not be able to debate or stand up mentally to Charlie Kirk. You would hope that somebody in their 30s or 40s would know more than these young girls, which is the big appeal of the show. But at the same time, you would not want to see a 40-year-old man get owned by a 19-year-old porn person. So when black people like her say this is victim mentality. That's all it is. Like historically, yes, of course, 100% there was white privilege. You can't debate that. And male privilege. But after, let's say, blacks and women and everybody got the same rights, that's all you can do is give people equality.
I want to hear the feature.
But you look at it today, not all day, it doesn't matter. Most of the...
Man, this guy talks way too much.
Of course they're working hard. Critical race. America is not a racist country.
Jeez
Was it
Louise,
at one
dude.
point? And if you say like
He's
black
still
people
talking.
are 13% of the population,
Well, shit, he's still
or
talking.
even a
All
lot
right.
of the Caribbean countries like
We
Jamaica.
don't get to hear the rest of the video. What a dick.
Welcome back. I'm taking a look at a debate that
This
Andrew
was-
Wilson had with a
This was the video he was just talking. These are the kind of videos he was just talking
table
about.
of liberal women on the Whatever podcast. The debate topic was on immigration. I will be linking the full-length, uninterrupted video in my description box down below. And let's get into the video.
Legally, like it's so wrong that they're criminals. Like coming over here is literally a crime. That's literally crazy. Like it's a crime. But it's like this is stolen land, and it's like
So is
known to
Mexico.
be stolen
So is
land.
Mexico.
So it's
Mexico stolen land.
Yeah, do you know the history of like Mexico City?
Mexico stole it. So Mexico stolen land. I can't immigrate there. That's kind of fucked up, huh? I can't believe that they do that. I can't believe that they went and butchered all of the indigenous people in Mexico. Mexicans did, right? This would be the mestizos. Went through and butchered all the indigenous people and stole that land.
I thought mestizos were the colonized.
No. So what happened is Spaniards came over and then they mixed with the indigenous people and created mestizos. Mestizos took over most of what is now Mexico. They took over California. They had Texas. They had all of that. The indigenous people were not mestizos. They butchered them. So they stole their land.
I will look into that.
Look into it.
Hmm.
All land, all modern land is stolen from some group or another group. So yeah, that is the history there, right? That is the history of South America. Is it changed hands multiple times between many, many groups? There are white South American nations.
Do you know about the Spanish conquistadors?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Let's
were
hear her.
mostly,
Let's hear what she wants to bring up.
so that was like a mixture of geographical locations that they came into. Like Cortez went through lands in South America. I don't remember the exact geographical location.
The
but-
Philippines.
Me either, but
but yeah, they did. Yes, this was mostly Spaniards. Then Spaniards made mestizos. Mestizos butchered the indigenous population for sure. So it's all stolen land. I don't know why it is that I can't immigrate there. I can't just walk across the border there because, well, they arrest you and throw your ass back to your own country.
It's saying that we live on stolen lands.
fast forward this
And then
lady.
if you're there illegally, they ship you back here because you're not supposed to be in their country because they have a constitutionally elected government and
Yeah, but they're not.
they have
mass
border laws.
Deportating.
That's because nobody wants to go there. If people did, and by the way, they do.
Yeah.
When people come from south of Mexico into Mexico, they will keep them out, and they have the Mexican military on their southern borders keeping out people who try to migrate through Mexico. That's what happened with the whole caravan thing. They were literally trying to keep them out of their nation. So I don't know why it is that Mexico
the
can
fuck
have a
up.
border policy, but we can't. That's really
No, I
strange.
mean, I think we should. I have one argument for that. If we have a declining population and with births, why should we get rid of the
What's up with her
act- like
eyebrows?
the,
It's way
um,
awful.
illegals when we need them for our economy?
Well, okay. So first of all, I don't think that you need to have a continuously growing GDP. It's not necessary for the health and welfare of the nation. That's one. And then the second thing is that I think if you're going to spend your resources on basically illegals who come in on healthcare, things like this, rather than supplementing your indigenous population so that they can have more live births, that seems really stupid to me. Why wouldn't you allocate your resources
Well,
to your domestic
It
population?
just seems like you want to kind of force women into having babies instead of bringing in
When have
people
I ever
who already
advocated
have
that
babies.
women should be forced to do anything?
Oh, the abortion laws and all that.
That's not force. That's saying you can't do
Well,
a thing.
I mean,
it's not forcing you to
even-
do a thing.
Do you want to actually contend with the actual topic at
Oh
hand, though?
no! Continue on. I just had that one
I
thing
mean,
about
abortion
the
is a
birth.
separate
Oh
topic.
no! It started because when
'Cause
you
we
were
were talking about
gone, I was
immigration.
talking about since.
Besides that, you said you're against most abortions.
No, I am.
So then you would use
no,
force?
Because, no. Listen, it's because the birth rates go down, and that's on the show a lot of times.
Okay, she's not pretty enough to be that stupid.
That's a topic on
She's not pretty at all.
anti-abortion, and I'm just like, why kick them out
None of
if
these
we
ladies
need their
are pretty.
population to keep birth
Yeah, but
rates
this
up?
is a really strange argument because if we didn't
I
have a
mean-
reproduction crisis, we wouldn't need to be importing anybody from anywhere.
We
We
don't
can
have to
focus on
import
our
them.
domestic
They're-
population.
They're already here, which is the domestic population, and we're kicking them out when we need them. So
No, we don't need them. We don't need illegals here. So for one thing, you're talking about 1 million people a year who immigrate legally.
Yeah.
Our population boomed from 150 million to 330 million, right on par with the immigration policy of 1 million people coming in per year. So thing is like, how much more do we need to import? What happens,
don't need
by
to
the way,
import.
is that when
People
people
out.
come in, within a generation, they're right down to the low reproduction rates, just like everybody else is.
I thought, I don't. I'd have to look up that
Look it
up, but
up.
I think it's kind of the opposite.
It's kind of not.
So we're going to do the gender swap portion here. But I mean, just to your point, it is a crime. It's I looked it up. It's 8 USC subsection 1325. It's a crime to enter unlawful entry.
Yeah, but I don't know, just like marking them as like, oh, you're a criminal. It's just like, I don't know. People look at criminals as like really bad people, like thieves and like murderers and, just like abuser. Like,
I mean,
so people
just
come here to live a
prioritize
better
the
life, to
camera,
work
okay?
hard, provide for their family because, they just want to do better. For
Nobody's
them
disputing
Illegal entry into this country.
Okay, we're gonna
Just
pass over her.
who are citizens of that country have a say in who gets to come in and who doesn't. I think they do. Just like you have a say as to who comes into your house and doesn't come into your house.
Yeah,
the
but
Right,
Japanese,
Goofy,
for
a lot of
instance,
likes.
they don't allow mass
like-
migration of any
like-
kind.
It's I don't know. It's also kind of weird. It's like, oh, you can't come into our country, but
It's-
we'll go into yours and vacation there, and like we'll
That's
go
a
celebrate.
vacation.
You can come here on
your
vacation.
culture. It's just
So here's what you do. You go get a passport, and you can come here and have a vacation, and then go back home. And we can go to your country with a passport and go on vacation and then come back home. That's how that works. That doesn't mean that you have citizenship and that you can then drain the coffers for social welfare and drain the coffers for medical care. Like that's a no-go. Like why do you think that the citizenry of the United States is going to want to supplement people who aren't from their people group?
and
They don't want to.
like white Americans, like they go live in Mexico because it's cheaper and stuff, and
Yeah, they have to go through the same process, though. They have to
But
apply
what-
for limited
It's hard to become a
citizenship, and then
Mexican
they have to
citizen.
apply for Mexican citizenship if they want to stay there long term.
but like a lot of them don't.
Yeah, they go there on vacation. True.
They just have to come back every certain amount of time, and they abide by
Mhm.
that instead of actually getting.
But by the way, for the Mexican government, this is a good thing, right? Because they get all sorts of money from the gringo who brings
Mhm.
in that gringo greenback. And that's worth a lot more than the Mexican peso is. So they love having tourists come in and things like that. It's not the same fiscal drain on them as it is on us. It's a literal fiscal drain on this country. Not to have vacationers come in, but to have people come in who are at the lowest economic status you could possibly be at, and then immediately they come in and get welfare, they get medical care, they get all of this
Now I want
literally
pizza.
on our tax dollar. Now it's really easy for you to say, well, we should do that,
Yeah, I just think it's
but you don't pay for that.
it's wrong. Like the immigrants here, like we work hard and everything. We contribute to this country too. It's not like we're here just living life. No, they work hard 24/7.
There's no dispute. I've literally lived in California. I grew up in California.
Mhm.
I saw what immigrant labor did in the
Is it
lettuce
a 10-year
fields and when
felony,
they
Mike
were
Jones?
working in the vineyards, especially. I see it in Michigan when they're picking fruit. Yeah, that's hard ass work. Nobody's disputing that. We have migrant work programs so that migrants can come in and work and then go back to their home country.
A majority of immigrants are those people too, and it's just like, oh,
I'm not disputing that.
Deport them. It's just like you're deporting hardworking immigrants that is contributing to your country. Like the food you have. Is
Yeah, they also
because
do-
of them.
yeah.
Actually, think about this. We'll have to look up the number. But what do? They come to our country, they make money, and they send it back home. They'll get like 20, 30 people in a 2-bedroom apartment, and they all have to pay like $30 a month in rent because there are all so many people living in there. And then they trash the apartment, and all the money that they make, they ship and send back home. So that means America is losing money, and it's going into other countries' hands.
But here's
It's
the thing.
It's easily accessible.
They also
because
come in
of
and do
that.
remittances. So what they do is they come in and they get American dollars here, and then they send it back to their origin nation untaxed. It doesn't help us at all.
Okay,
So-
but it literally like you guys go into our country, whatever. It's just
Well, which is your country? Is the United States
Well,
your country or is
I was
Mexico
born,
your
yeah, I was born
country?
here. But yeah, I can still say like Mexico. It's like, you know,
Is that your country or isn't it?
no, it's not. It's not like my actual country.
So
but
what's
it's
your
like where I'm
country?
from? Well, I was born here in the United States.
So who are your countrymen?
Well, I'm Mexican American, but I do have family in Mexico.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have family there, but who are your countrymen?
I think she's highlighting her ethnic background.
Oh, is that what you think? I didn't know that she was doing that, but I'm really glad you clarified. It's super nice of you. So anyway, I was just curious. So if we get
No,
back
yeah,
to
I
this,
can't say. I can't say like, oh, that's my country. I wasn't born there. But,
right? Yeah, I was just curious who.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, so like, if Mexico and America went to war, who do you have your loyalty to? Don't know.
You got to think about
Do you
that.
think that maybe that's a problem?
That is so concerning. That breakout where you have to go.
Thing, honestly.
Grinson.
So ungrateful and so unaware about how great she has it here. And if your allegiance is to Mexico, then
on.
pack your things and go.
Problem with having immigrants in?
Wait, let's get an answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is
Who's your
a good
loyalty to?
question. I would do a lot to protect like Mexicans and
Mhm.
everything, honestly.
So maybe for the people who are here, right, who when we hear this from even people who are born here with American citizenship, if my country goes to war with your country, I'm going to side with that other country and not my own
But
country.
since I'm born here, like I can't really do anything about
That's true, except advocate on behalf of the enemy
And
who
since
we
I-
could be at war with.
Since I live here, I can't really do anything.
So you're a traitor
about it.
Well, you can. You can vote and you can advocate on behalf of potential enemies of the United States. So if we go to war with Mexico, now you have loyalties to Mexico and not to the United States. That's a massive problem with immigrants coming in, especially en masse from a single country, is now we have dual loyalties we have to deal with. That's not a good idea. No nation would put up with that. Like, what nation would ever put up with that?
Try
imagine this.
saying you're.
Let me give you
Wait,
this scenario.
can you imagine? Think of her to go to Mexico, and she's there, and they say, "Okay, if we go to war, who do you choose?" And she's like, before the minute she did that, they would kill her, right? If you say, well, I was born here, but I have American family, so I'm gonna kind of cheer on America, they'd shoot her immediately in Mexico.
So let's say that there's millions of people who are like-minded like you who said, well, I would prefer actually to advocate for Mexico if there was a war between Mexico and America, right? And then we had a draft and we drafted tens of thousands of people who thought like that. Now you have soldiers in the field who are willing to shoot other soldiers in the back, right?
I honestly respect both. I just can't. I don't know. I wouldn't like.
What,
really,
what was your
I
original
respect
question? Where
both.
does her loyalties lie, to the United States or Mexico
Yeah.
in the event of a war?
Yeah. And she said she doesn't.
I don't know. I respect.
If you
both,
had to pick one.
honestly. Well, since I live here,
Really, Mike?
I don't know. I would have to pick the U.S. But like, you know,
But you have
I
a
would
lot of
still-
loyalties there, right?
I would still feel for Mexico. You know.
This came up. This problem historically has come up. In World War II, we interned the Japanese. The Japanese who lived here in America, we interned them in internment camps under lock and key and armed guards because we're at war with their origin nation. And we couldn't take the risk that they were going to sabotage or kill our soldiers on behalf of our enemies. Like, this has historically happened, that we've had to do that.
Mexico does have a strong and capable military, but America has the
is her
strongest
talking.
over American. Like, and I'll
Okay.
see you in the next.
Anyway, she's done. She's talking. It's the end of the video. Let's see what other kind of cool stuff we can watch. What other kind of things? We saw that one actually the other day on here, so we're not going to play that one. Oh, this one should be good. Let's see this one. Are you guys enjoying these little clips?
I would understand why someone might assume that sort of thing because historically, white people have been the most racist towards others.
So is that what? Is this mostly like OnlyFans people? Like, are all these girls like on OnlyFans? Okay, like, would I buy her OnlyFans? No. I've actually never spent money on OnlyFans.
They're racist. Would I go on like an angry tangent because someone called me? No, I would calmly explain that that's not the situation.
Well, question for you: do you think like American whites are more racist than like Japanese people?
I don't know any.
Japanese.
How the fuck would I know?
Japanese people, but I'm
You know what's really
Wow,
funny
really, my tone?
about the conversation ultimately? What's
Yeah.
hilarious about it?
What's so funny?
It is funny. Is that we're being charitable to your definition. and trying to explore your definition, trying to make arguments as refutations to what you define racism as, trying to literally stay inside your worldview as we argue, right? But let me just ask you to do that in reverse. Be charitable towards us. Racism is just, I don't like a person based on their skin color. Based on that definition, if you're being charitable in my worldview,
sure.
Can black people be racist?
Hang
on. Let me ask you the question again.
No.
Since we've been sitting here
Black
being
people can be racist
super
towards other
charitable
races,
to your
yeah.
worldview, to everything you had to say,
Sure.
within the confines of your worldview, contending with only that, with your definition, can you contend with ours? All racism is not liking somebody based on their skin color or treating them differently based on their skin color. That's what I think racism is.
Okay.
Using that definition.
Can I just say something real quick too? Look at this girl right here. If you watched her a second ago, she was looking at the camera to make sure she's in the camera, and she starts bending over like this. She's got to be an OnlyStar fan trying to get people to go to her OnlyFans.
Can white people be, or can black people be racist to white people? Can they or not?
Sure. Yeah. Nope.
Thank you, Lucy. Though. Oh, Elle, still no?
Look, I'm gonna stand by my stance on no, because at the end of the day, like, you guys had, not you guys, I'm so sorry I'm saying you guys, but your
What do you mean,
ancestors.
you guy?
Do you think like an
What do you mean,
Asian
you
person
people?
can be like racist to a white person? Because like I like face racism every day.
I'm sure you do, which is
Wait,
like really, really
No,
upsetting.
you don't.
Every single day, for real. Everyone saying I eat
Every
dogs and cats. It's crazy.
I was called a bed wench once. Like,
I face
imagine
sexism
being called
every
that.
day.
Every day. Every day.
Lucy Goosey, can you read this?
Check out the Barbary slave trade. Transatlantic slave trade is always talked about, not Africans enslaving Africans. Plus, 8% of the world is white, the global minority. Google it. Black, brown, and yellow are the majority, always the victim, never their fault.
Yo, John, thank you for the soup chat. I do appreciate it. That is a good point. Whites were definitely victims of slavery.
Wait,
why are you rolling your eyes? Whoa.
Because I'm just so tired of the conversation.
Wow, you're rolling your eyes at
Yes.
white slavery? Imagine if you did that. Oh, that.
I mean, weren't you guys called indentured slaves to your own people
No.
in Britain?
Right now, for instance.
Yeah, and we're black people slaves to
And
black
from your
people.
worldview, I can understand why you might think that.
Can you stop finger banging her over there, please? Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just
guys,
my bad. My
calm
bad.
down. Calm
I'll
down.
have to wait till after the podcast.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah, these are OnlyFans stars, I think.
Right now, you would agree in some South African territories,
I
blacks
just
have
kinda buzzed a
institutional
Russian drone
power
in Ukraine.
and are running white farmers off their land. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It's crazy,
Wrongful
man.
Rage
Crazy,
donated
bro.
$100. Chair one.
So then
whatever
you're just saying
incest-ridden
racism
trailer
good?
park white trash place did your hippy dippy whitewashed love come from? I know Chair 5 knows Kuma Billies with more sense. Feel hurt racism is universal.
Gooner Billy. I like Gooner Billy
Yo,
better than
Rage,
Goomer
appreciate
Billy.
it. You had something for her?
Yeah, I was just wondering, is that institutional power?
Rephrase your question again.
These black governments that are running white farmers off their land, was that institutional power?
I mean, yeah.
So were they racist?
I mean, no. I mean, like,
So that's not
you
racist.
could- it's from a historical.
Was that harmful to do to a white farmer?
Okay, but was it harmful for your ancestors to take my ancestors from their
We
own
didn't.
motherland? That wasn't harmful. That's not harmful.
Well, wait.
That's not harmful. That like.
Can you hang on? Can you first of all, can you demonstrate any of my ancestors did that?
I don't know your ancestors.
Then why
but
did you just say my ancestors did
Because
X?
I'm just your aunt.
What?
You aren't you white?
Yeah.
Okay, aren't you from America?
Well, no. Originally, all Americans have Western or Eastern European roots.
Okay, but where did your family come from?
Ireland and England.
Okay, and they came over here, right?
hmm
Okay.
Why does that
Ireland-
mean they had a hand in the slave trade?
I would recommend
bedtime,
doing
buddy?
like
Okay.
a little DNA test to see if you had any like slave, you know.
Anna, you're not. You're
but
part
wait,
white though.
wait.
I think you should do a DNA
well,
test.
hang
Maybe
on.
you got some.
Hang on. I just want you. I just want you to help me out with this. Hang on a second, Brian. Hang on. I just want to ask you this. Even if it was true, right, that the people group I come from was totally responsible for African slavery, 100%. What the does that have to do with my ancestry
Donnie
being
Fair.
responsible for it?
Well, one is it's.
Am I responsible for the sins of a nation?
But you are responsible for changing the way that how racism is viewed. You have the power to sit here and to advocate for us as Black women. Well, we do that.
We're trying.
We're trying every day. Like every day, we're trying. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
but what if I don't believe? What if what's going on here is I don't understand the logical consistency of saying racism is power plus prejudice, and then I give you a nation where it's
That
blacks.
wasn't the definition that we gave. That was the definition that Brian gave.
You gave it an additional qualifier, and the qualifier was stereotypes and harm.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to add this qualifier in. I gave you a nation which white farmers being run off their land, the institutional powers with blacks. It's clearly harmful. Clearly harmful to the whites to get run off their farms, and clearly stereotypical that they need to be.
I mean, are they?
This fits every single criteria you both agreed to
But
for
are they
racism.
calling them porch monkeys?
No,
Are
they call
calling
them worse
the
things.
N-word-
They call them
N-words? Are they calling
even
them
worse
mother
slurs,
truckers?
and they fucking kill them.
Are they making their mothers and their
They
sons
kill them.
get together and
They killed. Tell me.
And my ancestors
Give me
were
anything
killed
worse
as
than
well.
death. Give me anything
My
worse than
ancestors
death.
were killed
Give
as
me
well.
anything worse than death.
My ancestors were killed as well.
Can you give me anything
My
worse than death?
ancestors had to
Can you-
literally
yeah,
were
okay.
coming from the
I'm not talking about my ancestors. I'm talking about what's happening right now.
You could have been an advocate back in the time
Are
when.
you going to ever answer my question?
What was your question?
Okay, so real quick, is there anything worse than death?
Death there's nothing worse than death. I
Okay,
mean,
great.
actually, no, there is.
Done, done,
Afterlife.
done.
Afterlife. It's the afterlife.
Yeah, great. Okay, so there's nothing worse than death.
No, there is.
These
The
people are being
afterlife.
killed right now. They're being killed by black governments. They're getting run off their properties by
I'm not
black
giving you a treat. You got
governments.
dinner.
Hang on. And the black governments are stereotyping them as being evil because they're white.
Okay,
Are
and what
they
about
at least racist? Are those
and what
governments
about
racist?
the police taking black
Oh,
men off
just
the
concede,
streets
just
and-
concede.
and
We're
doing
talking-
gang and putting guns into our community?
You're talking
And-
about two
and-
different things.
I'm
Is
not.
she, yo, Chad, is she trolling, bro?
I'm not
She
even
has to be
trolling.
trolling.
I'm just.
She's
This is just.
trolling.
This is coming from
Okay.
a place of like hurt.
I'm going to engage.
This is.
I'm
this is
going to
coming-
engage.
This is coming from a
Where
place
is
of
the
hurt.
nation
pray in
of
the
the
chat for the
United
husband.
States?
Pray in the chat for the
Do you know there are sundown towns?
Hang on.
Do you know that there are still sundown towns?
Do you know what the United States is, and do you know what the country of Africa is? They're two different countries, right?
Yeah, and you.
Hang on,
took
stop.
resources.
I just want to make sure. Is the
Yes.
United States a different country than Africa?
Of course, there's.
Well, not really. They're different
Hey, yo,
continents.
man,
But
where
anyway,
are you at?
are they different continents? North America and Africa? Are they different
Yes.
continents?
They are, but that
Okay,
still
great.
doesn't negate
Stop,
the fact
stop,
that.
What are the 7 continents? Wait, Andrew, can we ask her what?
Yeah,
name the 7
Africa,
continents?
America, Canada.
Canada.
Wait, keep it, yeah,
Canada.
You got
Canada is a continent.
keep going, keep going.
America is a continent.
Yeah, I know.
Yep,
keep going.
Africa is a
Keep
continent.
going.
Yep, keep going.
Asia is
Yep,
a
that's-
continent.
Yeah.
Antarctica is a continent.
Yep.
No, Alaska is a state. There's 2 more.
G'day, mate.
Russia is a continent.
Yeah, keep going.
And I said Asia.
Asia.
There's one more.
What? Yep, last one.
Kangaroos.
Australia.
These women are not too
I
bright.
don't know, Andrew. If she thinks Canada. and
No,
Russia's
no,
a-
Russia.
Russia. She said Canada and Russia.
Russia.
Oh, I bet there are, Mike
I
Jones.
don't
Russia's a
know.
continent, stupid.
I don't know if she has the requisite geographic understand. I don't know if it's even worse.
So Canada is not a continent and
No.
Russia's not a
Wait,
continent?
can you name 3 countries?
3 countries?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. There is 3 countries. I'm going to name the countries in Africa, actually.
Yes.
Cameroon,
Yep.
Nigeria.
Whoa.
Yes, that's a country. And let me
Okay.
see, Cape Cod.
That is in New England, but good job. You did.
Oh,
you
Cape Cod is not in. Oh,
She's
no. There's no Cape Cod in Africa.
Wakanda.
Oh my gosh, these women are just not very intelligent, are they? All right, guys, let's end it here. Donnie's trying to tell me to go to bed, so we'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do another show tomorrow. I'm slowly getting better as I start choking to death again. So thank y'all for being here. Good night, Mike Jones. Good night, Goofy. We'll do the big Goofy hug for you and whoever else. I think Andy might still be watching. So y'all have a good night, and we'll come back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks, Mike Jones. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been like this over a week now. It sucks. It really sucks, especially when I'm trying to get some stuff done before snow hits and you can't get out of bed because you're so sick. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyways, good night, y'all. Have a great day.